when you found the AB Ayajuma, our quadra so Janasi Mema Katachuanoma pay, and I for Drew Drama in Croswa, what Benebeneza Prescuno, Namania 0541565199 Chasoni AB, and some Casana Kojakani, Kojan farmer product, Debiame Daro, and some other chow say, Woman Drive Fanasa Pro Code, and only Dino, and then when I'm essay, will be a code, and I cho, and I say, and a job Sawatiano, a migraine, a banner, but Marian said, drive for the pro code na, a Kojak, and some Adiaba Jacksono, over Pebi and Swanomano, and a Bedua Ketchenamo Amati Pining, you know, who to us here one time a fay, we will be able to brush with teeth, and monum, and some Sham Kamamua, Mokasa, our bedroom Sebia Schooni, my former a year group studies, and yet day, or 4 cars, our Kwao Kasai, and some our Kanamana, Num, a Queen Kadian. Kasiapa and some about microphone Kasem and some area point to me some more. But Marian Sabape a year Kojak, one more regular toothpaste and as a regular no or a fluoride and about Jumana Fe and your charcoal toothpaste no and also about Bramo Num Irisham Kamanafe with a malfunctional and a Kojak P and a Kojak F no and some other Ruanum Kama and then I will catch it draggling enough fe whereby a yes central market and so do not be able to be will sell some Abakaya for Kojak. Number here 0244559597 Kojak Firma and some Kasa. Now summons any again a summon Vita Halbound Meshano and so on the Perke. What about Jeremy and Sana? I have 442 Toedo. I have 4 to a for now for Precano. One some 2 at the Asoso. Now the say. Say Uyobia, Usisim and a yaw saw your banner, so I bear my fay, and tinning a free a yawa chi a bar, or to a say a bow 9 cookum. I can't saw sciatic nerves and all, say Ebia pressure bar with China and the pressure some 2 nerves and a swa. Yanama will tell you, pa, yan the bar, Kanabagazabia will be out to do. Now, Serena, no, I sciatic and I can't hono, a Timiso 9 bunkum, a Timiso Nifa, Utanian, so Besson me and in a banner, not just a whole camp. And I say, woke up Kunyam as our demon Panasadia, but Marian said, I yes, Samens Adrono, over Pebi and some Atimiatona, also will be a no, and a Bedua Ketchamukama. Now make our say clinic, you know, woman yet to my hour Sukare Mamponomene, a year rub bank and a D and share. I want to Quama physiotherapy and a massage and after Banasa reflexology, you know, I yes, Samens Hair Bar Clinic, and I'll call J. Wire Sanso a day every 0240616061 Summons and your so.
Yako Alaska Star Enterprise and Open Afia demo SCC and switching my coin at the woman is a wallpaper and I will pay an assembia a brand curtains and I will pay Newma. Yet you see them send Newma beats artificial grassy, green grassy, and should be your PVC float house in Nano. One would be a ban and Newma me can open Bakubakwana open a Dudoma tour on Sabaka were doom. The boss FM building the enemy across circle tiptoe lane or inside ship house where numbers no 0554 114878 now in the end and so in common currency ventures a drono and ye was a ramisha and in the G capsules and no American for a day Amasa Jumedia Edi when the Pedrianum say bo and Namu Yaria ho a buy said yeah and they buy from Namu Yaria ho na make a Zambia audio aqua big dada when you go no one ya Felix and Asembia a Canada and when you be a Drobanumbi a miss channel adenum capsules near 2-in-1 Bobia and over Buana Feyi Nina from Mano and a Mamma Mushevia na rashes a big gun como iso na no man. Aya wo hene wuti tinyina na ekro ninyina no aya de sentime ma japade so enye fe wadro ni onum bia eno ebebo aman capsules no aya memedro boost bema ewo mpem ni aya no sexual weakness na be call e de afro na afi bema wonsonso aya mra entimi fa bama no wonum adro bia de ho defo frokra enso de be bro hindi helpa misa treat malaria na afi ni aya typhoid na afi diabetes ninyina no ya number 0246348333 for na unkomodie enso akoso jonso te yawa a Proslav capsules and American farmers natural company limited woman a day Proslav ede aba na obi a odunso a yaw pa wote junso na mu apam yenu ana afebu onso a Bema o junso na fe o tara o teyaw e wo bema wadro no e Proslav na make an wasemi ede amana no pay true man capsules near weak erection and after premature ejaculation, lack of sexual drive at Inkea, ye won pemi, what they all compem creya, Jesus side demoni, I didn't know, I didn't to be any so a true man, and I may come for Diama Congo, ointment zone the boyepa, Ninano Ayahona. Insaya na beje honam ani aboso oba de se o kire honam sadin no e japade no ne kokofu aja ememe wo de teso a amanuama ye kama ejama na wo hwede ne nya be de ja wo so anya in the reception ye kama ko mema de mani hu anama ene o mutubotom ensom natua antisha no so ema me pa dre wa dwama so 0249017101 na fenre wa pebi lawson delay man beaters e wa dwama so Lawson a beverages limited woman a manufacturers our media dre German so woman trust a hele erectile dysfunction we have them a newman koye ya na dia kwako gubra so ma obo mo tse bo homo de won pem ma homo ne so me so wo pem mu eno ni wadro a me kamfo de amase delay man beaters eno be bo delay man capsules e bo adwuma we oba newma bi nkoye mfama bi o a obu nsa wo te ya pa bo so me be so eya na problem wadro ni ode atanu madro bi wo be ya de no boko am obi akrante wonka 0248619999 baby ato adro bia no wo be nya Lawson enre bi enso eya seahorse otraku coolant eno ana me kan for ya ma se oka engine no se eya aluminium ana se iron engine ni nyina no eya de sam kai enso utimi de seahorse gum amane ye na overheat achemeka okọ 2 minutes na ave wa bie kai bonnet so no wie nsuo na maame wo maame nsuo kakra ni nyina no eya de ha dwie memma animguasie ento pesi was otraku coolant na ave emwasi wosi eboa ema oka no eche pa engine no damages ubetwi achepa numbers near 0550544133 169 what your friend also pesi was otraku coolant bi wanya bi na afi what you do juma tabia no e wa dwama so tabia no awodo ye wa tabia helba mixture eno eye malaria drew a 3D malaria e ba no jaundice anasem bia ene menstrual pains e mai mukọ afichire mote ya wa modro pa eno nso nye ne na no mato ntimi ne de no mo ma na drevi eno be boy tabia helba capsules ene esisie no amama ya jaba so be ma ese utimi wine sisie no 360 untimi enko ene 360 ani nyina no unya takum ne bia be boa pa mu odaye esama tenka eba pa na tabia ba ene capsules ya make kan was takum no eno na emema agi atum say emema edibi ema dibi na takum no de different level kra eno no etimi ma say ade a ebeto no ebinto da e wo chese wo life mu eno na me kan because oba bi was me ni atenka kra me hu bi da na takum no na ekotwe ade aba na fe ama watenka sonko memfa droi eni agropa bi na edi erede wom 0243686861 na bibia anya kan because said ade ne dane nuama sitie na wo so hu bi da de ene wanye bi kwan ka fanyinam na me dima fom Dr. Time da so wono ana eboa Dr. DMZ chroma de ono a Dr. Time da so no the serious doctor na Time da so ana afi oboa stroke ana afi waist pains eba no prostate ene de aka onyina Time da so eno no jede watch ni mienu amasa o my time mfana ni so kro kire so we na wotwe ho beto na wotwe ampani ampa ni nuane ampa Dr. Adrom abasa yare edema bua kwa gugu school junction and a Dr. Bo Dr. Nampanye 0244774282 akran so apoku asema yere ho and na oni dima fom abetwetwe nkomo Time da so eno no na no doctor so Germany emonte so na nya asem gwa Black Stars game no wo Dossidorf na Time da so ngiremu a enya asem gwa kra na Ruta Rodum e German so Ruta live Ruta Mr. Ruta tonic 3-1 na draw ye bia what dear na mama start ruta tonic ne ma typhoid pa na ha wadwene a wo de boruta tonic ne bi ebeji efru amu apomuden aba ama enti obi a wo complain pa no mama ne bi enum ruta live no so no ema moja edi efru sane obi an nan ene ne satire titriti moja ne ntimi penetrating for veins num enom ene de sa de ne babroni no kind of blood clotting enti say body sa ntimi mama moja mfem eno ana onum ruta live ne bi ema moja esane eye ruta mystery enso ya malaria drop pa wonum bia ebetimi aboade a wate agu no so a wo problem no malaria pa de mo man ruta Mr. number no 0244485632 na wadi nkomo and at the 3p garlic Mr. ya the garlic na ya drawing na garlic de ya mani pedua no obu ono ma se garlic abome ontimi eni garlic awa aduanim eno ane de ya draw ya twe mu nso ahode no ya mfa agya enka no na obi a waye kese obese no sote obi a ne sugar level e wo sro obi a stroke e bo ne nka ye na stroke na eba ena onan no wa wo se ananse acheme na do na pem form untante se onan kra no tese eye bibi na ne nyina no ana me comfort do am se wo de ne 3p unya bia erom ebetimi abo menstrual pains ana afi obi a ono nso eba ne so odwon so ote yaw no na dro 3p garlic mixture 3p wa dwama so oman yimu ba bia obenya bi enso atoto ahwaniti no red cover enso nga costa so kama pa ana afi wo ne bottle no so a glass number 0248928824 na wadu nkomo enano pay yanko power specialist herbal hospital yama me doctor koso adua ya eba no hepatitis sana afi fatally vadum ene fibroid daw yam oyo ba froya ekese mai flatomy omu pe o de dem no enye yefuru no wafa enya koda na dem fibroid a oba wadro na nane eno ena ma ne yesronko kidney stones no problems ni nyina no wase monfa emre na omwadua heba malamis malaria dro cough care heba Mr. Obawa ana afadua heba tonic de ontimi ntibini no monfa no enko kumasi free ase bosomtwi road awadua ya junction mo Accra enkran no kwabenya ACP road awo power hospital bus stop ana afi enkran so maka na momtakrade fo no ana Nigeria state wo munya duwa obeboa mo 0244544422 na afi ya dim enkomo emulate herbal supplement enye yama memo amo tina wiemu amo ketia mo ene makola amo badwuma me kase kantamanto awie mu gina so mo badwuma mo bekofie na ade kina masa aba na hodini wa bede waba na origani energy na eno ya immunity ana me kamfo de amasa immunity ba supplement no ana beboa eno de me kamfo ade amo bi a wotie mo ya adwumaden a wo de enum bi wo be sare gani energy ne kama abradem echa wo ko adwuma so adroi baby ato adro bia benya bia to wafa yefunu o makoda no fa kra ni mfe dumienu a yama ne bienye ye kwamo no ne anopei high sense omo a promo no eguso campaign de am say AC from 1.5 horsepower e de remo 10.0 ni nyina no omo trust options outdoor o ope a standard and a split and azembia ope de no so ye de bo e dan ho ni nyina bi e ho nom na akasia enketo asa da madika kan wo mu a trust ezedie ese o madam enso nyunu na bibia kama ede emano high sense bibia ye ton ye showrooms ne dem say Ghana he ne nie mo amo nkran wo Kofodu awo tamale mo amo wo sunyan mankesim ba bia kuma say ye bie ye numbers enie obetimi afre 0302 550 na on a high sense M24 atutwe enkomo anope fancy.
Okay, well, may I say yes, Brana so ye ba young question of the day no so sponsored by Amuzupi Herbal Merchanti Amuzupi Adaroma no anabema wanya dupay I friend say Amuzupi Herbal Merchant no two infection I say obana say bema no wedro and so and on we infected up ebito nanom esansa drone and worship na question of the day and I say yemisa say so far, baby Ababe Drew Ewo Premier League in Mono. Who was the most difficult fixtures ahead? Arsenal or Man City? Who has the most difficult fixtures ahead? Arsenal or Man City? Arsenal ever bought Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. Man City ever bought Crystal Palace, Burnley, Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa. Why ana hwa na matches aka more dimpa kabo.
Well, I've been been Aaron Archery Facebook post to know say it's not difficult for Man City cry. Womu ebefa eno eyedene what they about Pedro Maldini say Arsenal the Gunners and also they about Benjamin Fences area was being honest Man City but they will collect the trophy regardless. And no Diabanana cast is Man City but still the bottle leaders will still bottle the league. And no eyedene nanaya they about AMG Molly Arsenal, the Gunners, and no, and so all for mom. 23 as a Manchester City, woman and a Berini, and no Edward Diabo the Browns. City has made the City has the most difficult fixtures, but they can drop points against Bournemouth. Okay, and no Edward so at show. Do Solomon say a Man City, but they will still win the league. Okay, and no Edward Diabo Junior Alonso as a Man City, woman fixtures see a more than Francis Akomia say a Man City but they will still win the league. Okay, as a more GDA power, Terry Kwame temperature as a Arsenal, Richie as a Manchester City, and Umu fixtures a difficult pa.
Whoa, now my share that message said by YouTube for no Facebook jam said I didn't pa mama Jumana didn't but YouTube yes. We Evans Aite now say still to win the league fella despite the games left and what to buy when so say Man City was still win and no lost king and they fire YouTube and so other buy now Robin Council say it's Man City but remember we are City on also no Man City will win the league no Annabel Kofi Jetuya on also no message and ye way say Man City a friend as a menin amofa and I said appear could be on YouTube and say Arsenal all the way and Steven Abubon Sara on also say Man City and a Berini and I for also Tioku Buon say Man City will win the league and they are also about the free Kate and a day a message and so the banana pay live on the Wontumi Sports Buffet show. Mamenfa aye betu coach si emawe na quick. Yan kwamrem say na coach no team ba ko pene ha dwen o. Yes anka am say boys ni nya bi fa pa. Na BW4F 953 3CF 11 O's. BW4F 955 774 BW4F 953 6F2 and here 9 BW4F 953 984 last code
Wontumi
BW4F 954 FC4 and here 5 O's
good
see here coach I'm on my wiki.
Yeah,
very necessary.
Oh yes.
Very necessary.
Ever so green.
Oh yes. Yeah. And then so Monday,
of course.
I don't.
I mean, of course. They are changing.
Now no yam say new week crime say you book room kwan so baby na. You can't go jam mama so be cry.
Yes. They easy you. Be tin baby na. It's a life idea. And found near Bambo will be mistake with me.
Oh yes, I know there. Minimum crabby or no ten bike so now pine and no on no South Crono corner
Kaka.
Boys bear me and some motor so called swap credence. Canana
no there was all taking the safety very well.
Yeah, so
I will be careless. The life when the fans say, "I guess me careful, say me out." Yeah, we eternity I can say. Say me bomb who banner. Me na me careful. Me yesterday be asemo ma oboa. No dey your boa.
Mondays the enfani.
Oh, sponsor there. No other fancy. Chairman. Fancy. Chairman, strong.
Oh yeah, that's so. Yeah, but in time we share because now what's your night chikakra?
Abada bi amhwemo. Adwuma ne koso. Sa me hwe aye sports e wo Ghana there. I can confidently confirm say aye Wontumi sports no ɛne na yɛ number 1 kyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ star bia bi ɛna mo de bɔ
that's right
na atapuku baby o bia on samra so otomua
baby bishop e wo bia
bishop wo bia on samra
adwuma sisi
on samra adwuma
na so on two car okay ti hwama me say bishop atika
atomua ba na vini ekizizo akasa
oh nice
mene ekizizo akasa okay just adwuma no Wontumi sports ebeguso ayekese na be kese ya na ho anso no obi atie abrochire me wo ho ne ade ya yi nyina ehwa na obi a no etie mo ye kese mo ye tough eno ti no me be sori anopa na Wontumi me tie Wontumi sports bibia no ha meye what I say aye one just a point nko anti no ena maba ya lunch no so you be have
o chairman dey na so
chairman dey no wa class at so kokodi mo
chairman ono chairman say betunu ya tell you say because chairman dey nye ana alert nam dey masa wa ya gani we dey run ticket ya on buffalo on ticket ya on buffalo masa chairman da so because them say time on come on start say course na ma ya yikakra ba chairman we chairman wallahi
oh baba
atakre ko pe mo atawo achi o say na atawo kodi mo emu de o de
mo for prerudo mo for prerudo
o de be ma say triple atabo kodi be siu ko hey chairman na mini ya be ba oso de na bi ko me say da ensem ne de mo kotokomo de ne ade nyina ne nyoma e koso Ghana league akwa na am person of this cabbage man chairman league moye
I kotoko de minim say ma menin kanchi asanteman na menchi asanteman ura yura ye hene otumfo se tuwa baby asantokotoko hene a o ya asanteman ura ne nkwaso odo anso na kotoko so ye ne dia na sesia no enam MPP ntino aya ne dru baby na ma mesom no yasum kwan bebre so ane ye de ye ba minim say mre bi beba kotoko chairman de medibi
hey
yeah minim say mre bi beba medibi
wow
yes na se me di so a me de gaga yesem
hey
sikade patapa me de befam amatimu no aba back said the na bra na Herbert Mensa wo so ye no Herbert wo so ye no sabre ni iswa asafo yehu bi enti meka ni nyina de abom de hyehye aka ho a what you say baby akotoko kodro no obia no behunu but said the Yesu kachre Mary say memre nso ye no enu bi na ne me meka kachre say memre nso because adwuma bi a de be ma obia na wo say utime yere wo ho na utime ye na wo ye ni Yesu so esanse ye pese ye boa MPP na 2028 yasaba power nintino enema bebre wo ho a menka na mom se me ba ye yidia I will be the first a friend say club chairman to say moro no kra bia metimi de na ba no aba be coach aye kotoko yes me the international coach and I'm the baba se me duro so antina meka se me de sheshe na gaga o dia say na me de players akesia enso so a omo bobo te say Real Madrid mo ani Man U mo Man City mo ani Arsenal mo ani Chelsea mo no so no ye di bin so beba aba befra
now the ugly for top players $4 million.
This is what we
3 million euros.
Sikana nya kokra na wo Ghana na wo. The money nya ho na wo. Aya ha na wo. Aya Ghana ana ye wo. What you say? Enti player bia obeba ye yi bia wo ba ye yi a efia mema na tremu ni we da brochire kro oni bisa tremu.
Oh eni no kre gwaja.
Yes efia mema kasa mema o matremu kasa mema o matremu ye na brochire kro onya bi. Yes.
Chairman so the guy ni ayesem. Ya be ye kotoko
ana patapa na sika.
Ana sika no.
Ana sika so kan. Ayesem kan ho.
na ma ye fe
oh chale ha be se gig we America ho asem no e be si
wow
be se gig maka no Wontumi ha be si e be si
oh chama
oh
na tim kofi
but
na tim kofi
oh be si e be di be se ye be sum ye urade asanteman
so da bi e ura ka se ni bibia no koroko na da bi ase e ma no ti bae what ska bia mo bibia o pompirum so die bi
otie dia tie no say me ye businessman also obia na ba otie say normally no odi animonyam kese na eba aye yi da sansa kotoko no so so eburu individuals nti no se oba na so wanhwe ne ye pa wo kwa wanhwe ne ya na odi anugu ase ekọ what you say abrebia enti ansana meba se meba begie no what you say I will do a lot of research and I will make sure say meba bi de animonyam na beba me console me de animonyam na beko
ebi mo fu se bia chairman kan sa akwa
oh me say said the Elon Musk de patapani ayesam ebo Donald Trump ho no me se patapani ayesam na bi na me se be de ba be bokotoko ho e de asum yewura ene kotoko e fo mo wo the whole Ghana nyira
wow
oh ya ka be ye busho patapo gba bia wo bia de sabra anwa juma no you ya me wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma esa chre no you ya me wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma ye bompaye shamachi Israel Yehovah Elahenu Yehovah Ekad we ahata et Yehovah Elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika meyodika tode yasak in English in the name of Jesus amen
Salam come boy be ma de kapo say kapo chairman afena chairman baba me akwa
yes now I be bibia so
go tama taboku kasa mo say messages and ben no bia say hey wo chairman ya de pa say wa tinya assemble yes kwa bi ko men kwa men
just ma ya shofo ne ye tie for live on the show I enjoy the fansa Wontumi sports ma fe no ye de ensem ba wonum say you run in you can run in na chess season ya baba climax ya no ya baba wi anu no na enye Premier League no mo nkwa wonum say wo ko aye La Liga no aba aye French League no mo aba say ko Italy no mo so ni ade amunyina no abo chess o mo last one of matches awodo a eno so ka bi abo aye 5 matches bi no ensom ababo be say bi afo mo ni ade ama chess o ba Premier League no ma won sama I was say brand nyina no pay no eno so ababa na ene Monday no your matches outside games awodo no eno so abako so onum so ramo ensom Italy na chess aboboku a ye fan sa Fiorentina for no wo mo so kwa to Lecce o mo no Lecce team no ensom akwa kobo mu game a eno so ababa so na jeba ko no say Fiorentina aboboku no so man hwe ya team no wo mo so abatimi relegate ama ye yesense ne wo ko aye Italy o mo table no so na wo hwa aye ba bi o mo da o mo toso ama kuma kom adunum Archers team no wo so our 35 points a we compare Lecce Archers Lecce team no wo so toso 18 fa wo our 27 points our brand nyina mo no sa kwaba se bi na Lecce so adin kunuma na Archers mo quest sa wo so abatimi survive no and so abatimi ayi our brand wo hwa results any abadama both clubs na Archers and so ni grant when your match ba ko a adeba ko no sa Moiskin and some player wonom ay out wa brand Fiorentina team no wo so akwa we onum sa Moiskin and team mo sa game and some other cross Archers and nyina no yete aya ho nsam no and some amayete for Samsung Premier League no mo about 7 o'clock and ana tuya and Crystal Palace onum and some and West Ham team no wo mo me no so game about so na some match and some about so referee no ayo ref fan sa Darren England ano ana Jameson kan some perform no wo mo so
some game at German or Brene, one of some other best center referee, and some our Sama Chinema, who some in yet to another pay, and some our Tubadiosana care. Yaguswa ye Canino, Medicadia to them say Enra, Wabra Kobasa, Paris Saint Germain, and some our fear Omo Animal Kua, Yafan San Lyonnais, woman some about Omo Camino, Yanam San Lyon Equacha, PSG, Academy, and some Paris Saint Germain, woman take Academy Bakuna, not Jeterasano Painom. Yaba Studios, Anna Chesan some never say, and was Omuria Gama Basa Quatana, Yafana Endrick, Ayasan Kobesheki, manager Luis Enrique Ensano, yes, manager Snobe Aquarano Cotia, Aya the next Aya player in what you're free, just will be and you be moment 10 years, would you share momentarily Endrick and now called JC number 9 Archers were born in Samliate, one on Quatia, Aya just a coach and feel cry. Now, manager Fans Enrique no, and some achia another player. One of some adiso Arama Chasalian Omutimo, Anna Yabusasana again as ye, Sir Jomobaso Muchonin, and according to player, Yafans Ashraf Hakimi essay, or Anukanabu Free, now didn't tell Manabu Free, now what's a goal area. Na chese asa wo ye bibi aduatra eye Paris Saint-Germain wo mo supporters ansem obi tene ba bi o wo ba ne fie wo be shego wo dey celebrate obi anu a wo ka tro say men celebrate but wo koyan not to say ase bia wo incite eye supporters ani ate na omo be ka mi bia ya ka se bia PSG omo fans no ana sabi omo ye tutrafo ana chese omo dey basa ya ana ababi omo pam ana sanyo mani nyina no ebasa na entwaye kra na especially aye hwana wo mo fiem elusu game wo so kra no woni mpo no bo akimi kan yo wo bobo na baso sa wo ye good player woni mpo no bo ade na wo ma focus enko boro so na shego wi a asa wo di asabi ade atrem aye supporters na say hu wo mo bi ani hade sade no ana chess amanya ne da wo so amana bu free time sa eno so aka wo anama coach na Yafan Enrique Esnobe Aquatana, one of some Anchian some Brene, and some Kaka Frimo, and some other banana peno. I was sort of so not Vitinha no pay, make a so pride. Na boy ni prano womo kwakwa yescan na omudi kabisa coach ne say anya bia Vitinha prano I just knock and now say bia kwodano wono som abeche and manager ne say wono on poso be comment dia fa because an idea Wontumi ka say bia say ana boy ni prano no city na jo obeso kan say ye bobo na bia player pra na wona no make changes I was say can be chiro but omo bomb say bia de no enhira nye serious bia sawa brene according to a manager no obeso chasam are complicated into mo scan na and Vitinha ebetro scan wi a and ye be hum say bia player no ebe ball aye bamunchin game and I say nyade say ban for game nyame ya duma and aye next midweek no one some ebetimi abosanse ye kasai aye 8 days time na just one and some ana bamunchin team no won myonu na ba shia won ya kan say aye Champions League semi final aye first leg and so ba kosuntina won scan area and ye bon say bia Vitinha ebe ya available na say bia Vitinha and some anya available abrono pe no ye the empty tab na omwa won tie compare aye Ousmane Dembele any player ye fan say Kylian Mbappe no shadow kabama me aye Patrice Evra onum say Evra adun commando pay na on comparison no ana Evra say ye want to just say yana wa tibi pa be mutimi ka so Mbappe no woni bob brutal check na Dembele dey say the Dembele dey kwadufo bi na Dembele ni bobo a chance am for ka waso no yana ne sere kra no no wanya chance any player ye fan say Dembele aye training sa hey what's up boy na kasa kwa busa no say we ya benkuma anasabia ubonifa naturally we are left footed anasabia we are right footed Dembele no kura nim ayene nine or double ball no na akoda no ball no papa awom so obi abeka Mbappe den ya de batono no in the packing order what did Dembele etosoro and some of the players fan say Mbappe and so aba Patrice Evra and ye yintero abra what in comedia for both when we comparison ho.
No, PSG are impossible to play. And for me, is the main man is Dembele. You know, we talk about Desiree Doué and all of that, and people was always saying Mbappe, you know, is bigger than Dembele, but I train with Dembele. Trust me, Rio, for a defender, it's impossible to mark because he doesn't even know if he's left or right foot.
Okay, in training,
he can go
in training. So is he the hardest player you've played against?
You need to you just need to break his leg. Like, I'll be honest, I think because he respect me, so he never tried to. But yeah, he took it easy, but he can go every. You know, when you're a defender, or you show him the right side, or you can't with Dembele. And I think Dembele, what was missing, he was like taking his chance. And I'm sure Enrique loved him. He had some training session with him about finishing. Because what you see about Mbappe is not new for anybody. Why people didn't give him the credit? Because they were so frustrated because he was always missing the opportunity. Dembele, sorry. And that's what you see from Dembele. I'm not in shock. When people were criticizing Dembele, I was like, these guys, when he's gonna start scoring, everyone gonna say he's the best of in the world. And for me, I always rank him even.
Dembele Bono was saying or Bono was saying na Mekai sometime Barcelona Fede Dembele no Munya no Kraman and Crony Atona Bokana Den Munya Amawazi. Was sometime in no can and so chairman for Sir Munya Botrama Quadano now Quadama Mudina Temso was sent when in Bon when your chances na no Botuguni and Yakadawa Shassia say we shall go so Mohoba Jumunya Butro and nay, and only a farm about a ballon down all Sunday at the city, and no HSR Quanano on Bono Bancasa, not truly no respect anymore, no adventure, and what should have fed into that. What about trading up ahead? Juma could I need you a woman count to Zampa? I could only 3 more Tempana on Bono Bancasa, and to no one as a banner to me, a Baba Clambe, Abadusro, Abaja Ballon d'Or, brand no cry, I can say, what was sent them belly? One more side the Champions League and a quest. Serbia and a Ballon d'Or for the 2nd time in a row, and also Nabatimia Basodia Quadano, and some Ayaka Filmo, and by a good yaka, Franum and Common Yatinano, some common Cosona, or Fanasa Rangex, and on my Rangex as a Sir Nipadi Hotel Kodua Yana Wayne America because Yakano answer Ruben Amorim Abai. Anna Woko, Anna Michael Carrick Cabana, Carrick Cabatwazuna, Emsafa, and a Manchester Free, Abasa Testy, Champions League, Namia Duma, a season, but Rangic say, in as much as Sena, Ebia own person, Ruben Amorim, that's a sati team up. When we see Bomo Bonnie at Dinning and Ukraine, I was some ball a year coach Nabas because the signings I'll make here and some Adamans United and I had the same players on one Elcon and some Adamama you know, and I'm a day, just a boys way in Bemonum, Ammonia day, and so buyer, and told you about a coach and a Codier. Nelson Quadana was shy me a saying on Mojomo Biano, Wamoso, and about for Sontia home quadrier. Yakas will be a good manager. It's not signings as any Panabaya so, Sabia won, and I'll do Betty Juma, and I Sabia and the power from Adam Quadana Jumano, and no, and a massa manager, and so are you good in Tonodia. Well, Bonabasana, Obercastle and Saint Tim, Benson few weeks ago, you say, to Walcott, and some acquire interviews on Mutum Komoro, TV, and a former Arsenal. When we play a fan said to Walcott, and so Kokasa Arsenal current team way, Robert to me, Eddie Toto. Manchester United, one squad of 2008. We became Man squad 28 and now Ronaldo, our running our Chelsea family at the Champions League. Go back here. One Jeffrey Chelsea some Souths and one Bajuma Pa. Now, to work with Arsenal squad, we current team here. Can say me no. We bet me compare a Man 208. Anna Rio Ferdinand Ebisa, a Patrice Evra say. Na what a interview na to Walcott acquire na sampote a statement na to Walcott no and was say also say Arsenal team way we betumi dey compare Man United 2008 was massa me sorry akokra na kwanom wo munyini free TV so no ma subsidy no ma osedabio many brisam omunyini free TV so because abasa na were bad example among kwada omoba because na bia kwada bi beso ba pundit akwada bi beso ya presenter na say bi analyst na so bia ron semenam adan Arsenal team wey omonje hwe no would compare Man U squad of 208 and Gracia Banono, Yentia Evra, also no Arsenal for Munia Grokra, Yentia Patrice, our brother Commander Rio, Ebusanos, Messaria Cocra, dear question or no, Yentia Kakra.
You saw Theo Walcott's comments about.
No, I'm leaving.
What did he say?
No, you need to because that's exactly that's the problem with Arsenal. No, he's comparing this team with our 2018. I think he's a menace, for the society. He should not be in the TV. Like compare it. No, it's dangerous for the kids. No, but that's why I keep saying they are delusional. You remember when we do with Joe, and I know I talk with my heart, but they are delusional. This is a disrespect. Like he should never be on TV again when he starts asking questions like that. And the crazy part, if you talk to this new generation, because they're just born after the PlayStation 5, they're gonna, if you compare every position, they're gonna say maybe Saka is better than Cristiano and stuff like that. But that's the reality. So that's why I'm not in shock. Like, come on, we can't be in the debate. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. And they didn't prove nothing because they think they're going to win like 4 trophies, and now they will have a chance maybe to win the Premier League because the Champions League, I don't think they're gonna make it. They play against Bayern, no?
Atletico. Tough game, man.
Atletico.
You saw Theo Walcott's comments about.
No, I'm leaving.
So now what to us about Debbie? I'm sorry. Now more compare all my problem. No more pekasado to. Now I say an agency for now. Moto a PlayStation 5. Na chasamua. Moto PS5 and Kwanana Banokrano. We bet me a board. Akasanie. Bukayo Saka. And Bob Ronaldo that time. As I come go now, Ronaldo must have time and cheer pa. When we are in a board and an alpha shaking and makeup benkum, ni find the boy bounce was shower jet that time patching so no one more burn with tablet some near see now we come as well. Obiba catch us any not because Saka Crano a good HSC Ronaldo that time. I just I had you Panama Crano, Sana Muyana I Yabaje quadruple Korea's here was a Premier League in Kwana Mubet me a Jene Crano a Champions League money I let to and not small game cry. Nina kakra for the bana kwadana ye fano kwabi mainu se bona kwadana bono nano our Stanford program so no and now we stand out akwadana mo de bono wo soro pana kwabi mainu de na se gigs mo nyina se wa adebi o se mayu for ye ema kwada we stay bi ano also mo ye ema kwada no so letimi stay because boy we Wontumi kasamu jana amana kwabi mainu de I was so no so atena na Chelsea enkomari ya transfer manager ye fano Rossinia Ababa na was Chelsea said defeat no I normal Lusuma Chisi Twa Port Vale Enquanam sa Wama Shomo the Ashen for baby results na no na manager na America catch us Wama second no when say latest I mean you say boys no omo ball at my club no yasem omo luzi aye trust our coach anymore na omo full sa manager way any experience when you be on madjuma albert nyama nyoma ba so omo ye no and also akoso kebia coach bia by now ba ye awosan kebia na ye kasa nyoma kokama and nyoma fa any ade batana manager ni diku yasem kwada no still now no wo ye disappointed say empo Maraska and I catch almost so qua. I didn't to be a man to me Maraska and Casanabio. Woman settle on differences and answer woman settle almost call. Number I know one query a Johnny Quay and the full floor bunny at the radio. And yo, it's just a boys and pan front of one. I know woman some can be good. Now, almost so much I say. I'm saying be a boys among your seniors, Lebima TBB, and into the moment stand on a contract because sa ebia coach wey ebestea menye sure sanka bia Reece James ebestente sanka bia Moises Caicedo nanu ya wonu som ebestente Sunday dia chano sa wama ya se bia managerial changes bi ensom ebeba so ene ya tene nyina no ensom aye kakra frimo ente bana fedie emperefo na nkasa wama jatum sa Alejandro Garnacho wama no mokotoi wama boka enyo enyenyenyenyenye wuni petna pasman kwa Garnacho bobode ko ajazam eneno Patrick Razak mo bola mo banano wa shekwa chen Garnacho de no bra ajase Garnacho de enya baako say wo ton na yese man for na te say Chelsea abaso mu ja aye Garnacho kwan no mo bom nsanom because Sikabia Chelsea Benyabiano, Manu, 10%. One to buy 40 million. And a sell on clause. Almost a day, I get 10%. A shemo, and Tomo train, say, I'm a down one and say, I'm 10% as soon. And no, I did across and say, one more so sure himself can be also, and also Ababasharo, when we coach now, your father Frank Lampard, maybe a 20 man pay, make a chance, one more championship, or no, and I manager of the season award now for the first time in 25 years. I find a Coventry Baba Bo a Premier League na chapa na we just for last obuko postu say the last time a Coventry ball Premier League no kai timo tosu mienu and obibo comment say Arsenal that is I'm saying the next season Arsenal best out tosu mienu but and just by the way Ballon Parade no when say me no kase no so kan nyina say we are proud of Bayer club no say the players every time so emperifo and some and for the first time after 25 good seasons and they were back our Premier League anymore. Yente Lampard.
Important. I was emotional the other night because it dawned on me in one moment what we'd achieved as a football club, as a fan base, as a club that I walked into 15, 16 months ago, which had gone to the depths and back up. And football's always about people, and it's always about supporters and the people that have lived it. And I missed that bit. So you have to credit Mark Robbins with what he did for the club. You have to credit the owner, Doug, who's sitting next to me over there with what he's done for the football club. And appreciate the moment. And I'm working with a great group of players, an amazing group of players that, knowing this job, I've had a few different experiences now. When you walk into a group, forget the football talent, that's obviously important. But when they look after themselves, they train well, they support each other, they have a laugh, they muck around at the training ground. They want to fight when they're losing, they want to come back.
Talent in the born on Ukraine, but we are manager, and also share play away a kava, the young crew way supporting the young crew, any other Sandano, and Kampom, and no, and I'm on the woman's a journal, Liverpool, Cockipano, no Suko Prino, Georgie, Mama, dance really now, Cadano, after Tabaso, Chasso, and young Copansi, BBI, fine, and Sadamano to be as more. What am I support? Messages happening now. One also Damunina must say, Bramo, de Alcopraye, Momoso supporting Obama back, HBR. Wabba back soon enough for Baba to Australia Mantimino. Now Musala and a Merseyside Derby. One Eddie Campbell first goal. And Senna Vatten, Ebaba level Pagin, Ama last minute, Anna Van Dyke, and Susan Restore. A lead, Adama Liverpool Timino. Musala say, oh, Pisa, we bet me of course, wash more goals. As I said, I was so bois, Emma Liverpool. One cemente on place our Champions League nemo. Nyami Adama next season and San no Abakwa. One also Obian serious season on no more Sal Elcobat. Wontumi my Liverpool and Yasebio. One out of Champions League qualification now. What Jao control the washer. So bet me more goals. Sanabi club no and some never see and San Obakwa. One also Akwana Dominic Soboslai say I'm saying the contract about 2028. but the obaso kan nyina say say baby adro no baby an attention wo eye matches aka nyina so nei enye ne future na say contract wansam ana obaso wo hwe de ye pa no ensom aye say wo mo be koso akonkode na Liverpool team no wo mo so nya results no ensom aye kama bato no de every week bi ano wo say obetimi akonkode so de aboa club no wa bra no aye update aba na Liverpool player your friend Alexis McAllister no yesem man you enso monetary ma eno cross our Liverpool ho say kobasa bi akwan ebie say na no mbetu medebatu dasa Allister obi a wo mo so obetimi aton no yesem man you for so nya Alexis McAllister wo mo so ababesa boy no wo mo edeno baba say Arsenal Shadrack mame omo last aye matches omo bo the last aye 6 matches Arsenal wo mo bo in all competitions onum say wo mo wini ba kope. No, so the last 6 games at Arsenal are burning no. I just 1 win and at the Gunners I'm some I recorded no and the man I had because Mano Casay or Maluzu to just a quite fan says Saddam Tenom or Maluzu to Man City our Carabao anymore I sporting and Omokosheno Bournemouth Abash Arsenal Omane I sporting and some about drawn off Enra Womaluzu Jama I Man City Bobo Corona Jaminian say manager for Teta say Yama to Jasa Womono Sanka Omuni Chidia Omun Kosumo na Omutiri Basa title no Yen deciding here Obian wa Wobatumidin and Sassi Waka Sabio no and some Premier League title Dabi I have 3 points and a separate Omana Man City. Man City, our game back up Omoboria will be a matches Akamakuma 5 and to still woman as what today say a yet there Arsenal Timino, woman some other J and I'm trying to be said. Said ye, say some Musulu matches and all, and who be here said your no manager be na what me left a boys and up as a can be the Shan Quadanin Crina, what Peja or almost spirit nana, and was says our son warrior said be a Premier League no woman's abaji because and they a woman some more cast I Premier League no and yet in Arsenal among hands the Premier League and Yabiano Man City Ajana will be any and that's some our woman some say. Woman Jamu Adama Man City and also Mobile doing that was still Woman Yentia coach Mikel Arteta.
Immediately you could sense that they were talking about. Obviously they were very disappointed not to get a result from the game in the manner that it happened. That's the feeling immediately you could sense that they were talking about, and they said, okay, we lost an opportunity today, but we have the biggest one now in the next 5 games, so let's do it. I mean, if I have to pick the players to win the Premier League with 5 games to go in our hands and be in the semi-final of the Champions League, I think I should be at home. So it's not the case. It's not needed. It's never been needed, even in difficult moments. So we go again, that's for sure. Obviously they were very disappointed not to get
Mikel Arteta now just what didn't someday man central for now just I'm saying Omunja Mukrana Man City prepare and match Jamin can say apart from a club owner I found Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan what is almost see on Khaldoun Al Mubarak now Khaldoun Al Mubarak say what by a year training complex or na Chelsea City football academy hono opening the bound on Saturday. Na oba ono am so no be din commercial training na and of course somebody ram our match anymore Chelsea boys na ya we say we penny na bantu some boys na kan mete so omo free on time and coffee Chelsea be any abresa and what day no so can be also no we mo so Arsenal na Erling Haaland and we say you want to that na so ta kan so mo be stay humble ni kwa sa mo mama met so omo nyante ye wo so mo promo ho ase ni kwa so mo twen and the question next game no against Burnley match are very important one match is happening now no one bought to say the final and some other Man City team no now the all coming now say what can say so City aba and a City but Premier League na adebeche na ba be headlines on person be be a headline or some of the stay humble because on sabi when him nyansa pa where Norwegian or Norway ni and no the problem and so abana Patrick Vieira you can answer another power sports bite now another one and Vieira so say you want to that's dear ama say adena hu ama Arsenal and some and say you can na you be say Pep Guardiola ene Mikel Arteta when ene duru sabrewe ya our experience and experience ebe county when our experience obetu the Asian boys en cry Pep Guardiola was sort of okra and no and the advantage and some ama ayebo kwa na some Man City no it's a superb experience and said the Man City we must see your foundation no and no advantage and Man City for say we must some betumi at Premier League no yentie Patrick Vieira ewa bra baby aduri former midfielder the team no one fu say emu be den and the man former club the Gunners.
Of course, a huge advantage. He's been there, he done it, and he knows what it takes to win. And obviously, this experience, the way he communicates with the players, and the way he's conducting himself, the messages he's sending around, even to the press. I think he's composed when he's around, and of course, the confidence and the belief that he's given to the players to go there and to perform the way they did today. And I think it's everything surrounding the team and the football club. I think there is a huge foundation that has been built in this football club, and I think that allowed them to manage those kind of games, those kind of situations.
Fera munyina wo GDS Pep Guardiola experience no and also benya influence our Premier League title say no so our brown some no ye de eba me no Atletico Madrid club wo mu ye training after so mu call Z Copa del Rey final no and pe omu ni acha so mu de ato omachi wo mu prepare be bo omu La Liga matches I was say no and some about so me catch say Ademola Lookman eba scan on a soul off wo mu no nyina koya scanner wo mu de just at least person I watch here. Woman, you better than Chai, Wontumi more ball. Now, so the whole of this week, you know, woman may say midweek about me say I yet just a week and games and no other so no just a Demola Jano, almost you know, a serious H. Alexander Solos, and so you know, and 2 matches, you know, woman, you know, Abba Messi, and no I Kakre Frimo, and some Abba Brene, woman transform you about Kofana, woman, you bought Arsenal again, but Metesa, Janadiano, some be optimism, Alexander Solos, I know, and I answer for now, Casino, what about me? I can't praise the Arsenal game, no, we're ready for that game. And Demola Jano, Giuseppe, Dr. Sacoso, and some Amonitano. Now, Real Madrid, among under 19, one more boy now. UEFA Youth Final and some Champions League and a final game across our Switzerland. Now Madrid under 19 and a club Brugge under 19 and a Bametesa Florentino Perez a fly. One of some across Switzerland a support a Madrid and Quadana because I'm Perifono, one more quiet Oman Fashi Amafie until also Quadiachino resident Quadana and also Abasia Quamano Casay. Now Madrid almost training no. I'm so more year crown sabat anopayano yunsa and Tibu Courtois one year training wapra Rodrigo yenim so all recover and a Raul Asensio so no yefunu and ania and to training so and anopay wa brane woman some ade kwakobotna against Ayer Deportivo Alaves na manager fans Belua then the press conference about so many janisa ever since oba Ayer Madrid no said the boys way Asia support no said the boys no Asia yadano no on no so pa ana bakubisa say na future to say because obia say yaba pamo obako ana so onom when you're worried about the future the year park kase matches awodoa and also aka so abeto so someone to us no and most important to say enti hanokra on your worried say be a question marks about the future ho na okai so buy no amanfo say Arda Gulash amatona boka so be a goulash against Man City. We be a boy against Ayer Mountain. And on Quatra said Jumadie. Wamu buy a Amaya B Ama Quadano Bono and your master Obion Sampa Quadano and some Ayobiono and Bono Bo. Now also by Madrid, Omu leaders. Wamu Yamasena Madrid, Omini Lidano, or say Cavaya, Ewoho, David Alaba, Ekaho, Ede Militao, Ewum. Federico Valverde ewo Vinicius and Mbappe woman nyina no ya can leaders and some Real Madrid was some great leaders ama team no enti hwe see but Camavinga the manager can say mekano last week na sa akwara na ahana pa na boy no ada so di yaw say referee man red card tesa men na wiase nyina no wo bia so no Camavinga na sabi onsuo nyansa and Real Madrid and some alusini ate na manager no say ha akwara na pa but dear friend say when one teammate no woman support boy na bre mu odin no woman so na omachi amfa ma akwada no kra ni nyina no aye kakra from edeba na jaminya no say Madrid omo ogiriye sa woman project no edasom aye Mbappe and Vinicius into Vini contract no woman be so sign ansa na wako aye World Cup no ama broso woman ton wo bia mo tie kira and also mo jaba akokwan and captains mienu entwi ship baako for the first time captains mienu betwi ship Bakwama yentin kwana no no wo bia ni baby ko omu nyina be stay na Lewandowski dia no sa Barcelona I catch one say ene on function team sa transfer market ni bia wo mo kwakoto inform striker ensom adenaba na omu the top level striker ene be bantia basa na wono ebe plan B wabati asia dia and wabetimi stay na sasam no Lewandowski pa e kan wo enema last week make us we feel neglected na diamense kan say Barca fan fusa no ano no because baby adru omon sentiment for money and to Lewandowski subiem unu anya take decision bia wonyan comment but report am me nyan say answer Juve epe and AC Milan and so peno woman agent and say two clubs our Italy woman some Kasani Adiaba de me nyan say Akwadana Barca baso modele bano aye Julian Alvarez Intiana Alvarez aba nani anka front Torres no our bench nanka Lewandowski eko na Barca for no uwoska Barca for say 100 million euros bi adaba bi kura jina home and was some abado kofa boy no and some adana bantia na masha no so say 100 million dawa say pressure bi ani so a wo be so mo de Alvarez and some adana ba na nkomo na mo di say wo mo de Bastoni ababa no nim say bi ko peja bai so mo fa Gerard Martin Emma Inte ana coach no ana mparefo no bi se dabi ebi mu so suggest Rooney Barge wo mo fa no koma Inter enti ya said yes an koma no eno so abesi akọ Max Allegri wo kan say Barca Madrid for no wo mo consider onom ana Mauricio Pochettino wo mo kobusa AC Milan coach after semwa wo din kunim ana Allegri say wabatu aso ewo AC Milan woni baby akọ onko baby a Romelu Lukaku som ani Antonio Conte wobunya shak mami momental Lukaku bedru na Lukaku bedru Naples anajono aboba say 9:38 yeso the private jet in a finu krom e buy na private jet Lukaku so be drew time airport wo see o ma arrange for van a van no some other fa Lukaku dene kwani nyina no e babo said no see committee sa na e was say anadrona no bia no pai e to so na one manager fan sa Antonio Conte edin command nyina no en some ayese I was a difference said by me by say I am Jano Kwai, I'm an Aquani at Jalukakunie, Arches Airport, and a Berman some Brantoni Antonio Conte. One more crunch meeting, and no, I was saying a Jano Subasiaqua, yet the update and some at Emma Bamuchin Timino, Vincent Company, and a woman Jiligno for the 35th time. Now, companies almost season. Enye over enyoma kese we chire woman Paris Saint-Germain e wo game ball our Champions League ni mo PSG e defending champions eno ena match ni mo itempa na de bo so kan nyina no say before cross woman PSG baba no woman sane ba no fear Leverkusen e wo game no enso e match omo fan kodi agro woman nyese bia league o match awie ntene woman kolus dabi enya saade no mo kwakoye na mete sa Bayern ni Paris Saint-Germain no coach no entimi ntena bench enti na assistant coach na ye fe Aaron Danks ono ana betena bench na Aaron Danks abetena bench ni to beka enwa game no company shada tena akonya so ema Aaron Danks or mum na e control nyoma ensom our lines ne so ache so practice said you obesi dia call ayesa Paris Saint-Germain ensom match no e wa prene eno aye kakra frimo ente ba mam ya koda na fon sa Afonso Davis na afeyamra Davis ese obo coach na ba so na manager ne ba no adia coach Vincent Company adia beka ho no yenti Afonso Davis and so free are still live on TV digital satellite and pay your live so socials no live on Wontumi TV live on Facebook your I'm say Facebook for no dear mama I be on T mo mobile Facebook amonya no ba YouTube and kwa won sabeka na yakọ yenim enso e wom new na bibia e find it
yo Yankopa do bibia e ko pa bibia e ko
oh kakra be nde be say ase bibia e ko
dia na so
erade adom oh be nde
okay Ghana to see me fan echi amre one pay
me jeno so
pa
na ka che no say e be back to sender
mo be ne
back to sender
ade amode ye Messi mount bi anie hey ba ni pa no plan we no ade o back to back say mo di bia man e so amam bi so it tebe for it me
was too much winger
in tebe for it o ma back pass scratch a midfielder early defender
na mo no pass cry enko semoni
we Strasbourg be fitire pa o
wine Strasbourg ko no ko tu wine
ho cross on you mo
ensi so da be want me to ensi so Mike na o bibia e ko de
fancy nyame ado bibia na o say
already adum kakra wo so life yemra na fe yemra me hwem na still you better Arsenal almost chances that so see according to manager Mikel Arteta say or on fire or can the last week na man for the stadium say Arteta or Tafrija because Janana so the Jumanu
EPL ne La Liga games na hodo no echo so Paris Saint-Germain so a match company Vincent prepare na stand coach Dank said be ya in absence no obetimi aba be Jumanu de man all these stories are oh yeah but my start to be a Mikel Arteta asem no ebobo kono say league nyina na started on match day 1 and a year cup match day 38 but I don't know be a lead marathon na they all ben no feels more confident say any magic go yeah the all ben nko na more confident right now even in change for now edika boje you know dika no sunu nyina no since the toss 2 no a close gap no ama enchanchen for nyina no anya change of mind right now so akwai obesano what has been the main subject out of all these conversations? The subject in a fear, subject in a quality, subject in inexperience. What is the real subject here? Mikel Arteta the other day na me catch say the pep we no o de nsane nam na so ho now I know situation is practically as a krama we nam and na se boss so ewe nam na se bone krama kura nam no mumienu echa o say enye gidigidi akrama wo confidence ba say ye nyina na ekura mu be nye gidigidi anu ani say finally say sana nkomo no ya akwakoye sana nkomo no akwakoye but yo me dwene how Arteta will get the guys out of the groove. They are in a groove, yes. And a power. Okay, my man, say. So, call away game no Lucy, or Domana, Ufi Doma, Eba Kumasia. Can you know? And you power or yet on duty, they are not chamo my team manager. On Kwana busy or Edma. Boys, no Yan Mukra Bluetooth to be on the back, on the coach. Bluetooth, you know, who may be about to the fan. Where Doma to Kumasio? We league Mukran Shadan one. Boy, no, you're more outsiders. I'm gonna the real consumers. And you're more insiders. And intellectually football for no Jane say, and for about in board because board you suffer. You really suffer. Outside and the coach attempt, the manager attempt to wait, not getting a set or suffer or no fan, no supporter, no, or just main casa or no as in a rude.
Understand.
But like I say, as a fan. Say club lose so and if say they see brain o dey ya voice pop near the mic ko show mo no say we see bomb adwene because me invite Benjamin Asare e ba stadium na say o say Benjamin o fan ya po asempa ya pa chow no fans no exhibit displeasure oh yaw sign nkomo itie no Benjamin Asare no nim de onamu me say so freedom ma ba so and now pay Monday recovery starts. Me pay Mikel Arteta boys and come on nobody. I want to be there. How he gets them back. Almost I know, but everybody is sad. Me why quite hard camp this morning no. And he mood no and I'm a wa. What the hell kind of crunch there? Why that top is here? But why in the training grounds and not pay energy in Warsaw
City?
Why? Say the football is you. And I tell you, Mikel Arteta, no, Mickey name Messiah and Steve so the pen no, Ekoshan in Sana. He is trying to find a way to win this trophy, Champions League or Premier League, for Arsenal. What the FA Cup no 100,000 crown noa to us a failure because one budget diamano chawa ho yes I community but but the short video biamano at the end of Pep Guardiola Mikel Arteta me man Pep he's my coach but man pesa ade no touchline no na or the say no Mikel Arteta anfe okay trust Mikel me crack me chia no. So the okay say I will say Mikel Sheda can be me say no touch la on Pep or the back ne kokromotu we hwade wa o dey ya TV no he sound no ekoso say TV copyright be anche just watch it Arteta jina ho he Arteta nim no yesa no owi obesa ne kokromotu he obeka se mi wa o do ya Arteta na Arteta twi na ni free ho no ya hwade o ye no oni ne jina ho o boss a opon ho free asenche ye and we Lydia na crowd when you are telling me so on person bekoso when you say yes on person bekoso but on koso at his detriment and you no instead and ade bekoso he obesa na ba twa ni kokromuti no aye sign so we no kra e kasa no ohudo ye ni nsa no and Arteta den sa hye nguto ofrio the guy is just teasing Arteta till the last time because me humigu no konso right now no Pep on the boys and among Kasa Bebre sao. Now asema Haaland kind. Haaland asem ni o. Haaland asem say we have to be humble. Pe brofana mu abana ekroja menasa no. Haaland ka say esese omoye humble. Na the next game no mokobo is as important as this one. The next game here against one
Burnley
is as important as this one. And now Arteta and the boys in a tissue children. Arteta they no contest Southampton. Want me and your mentality to play against Southampton. It will fear. But she energy any mentality.
Southampton in the cup game.
Oh,
the FA Cup.
Let's stick to opponent.
And you can say away. Bournemouth not tissue will fear.
Oh, Bournemouth rather yes Southampton.
I will cast Southampton Premier League no.
Make a Premier League.
Okay, against Bournemouth.
Bournemouth me that's.
It will fear.
I General Haaland de kasa no. We say my engineer humble na sa game na ko Burnley no is as important because a player is a coach is oh why never Burnley dey say nya lie bia e bit my dey say e bi na Southampton for no be na Bournemouth for no be Mikel Arteta and the boys no want to nya mentality am Bournemouth but she no game no who differences e you see clear differences between the two games. Maminja game no honko. I'll speak to game no last one. Se Shadrack I ready a. Oma me go no Haaland de no. Me de be second but oma me Ryan Shaki go no.
Okay. Shadrack Ryan Shaki de no go no. All pe go na ba no the other day no me catch say Saliba ba be gina ho no wo twen say ball no be ba bo no. Instead of closing the pressure no and the gap no. Wo be gina ho. Oni sana no Gabriel so ba be gina ho. Na ya ne ka attackers a drop it deep baba boa without the ball no yo I didn't say from mobile mo hadwene sa what you know so baby around shake fa ball na ezen e gina ho hwe enu ni hwe on restart me can him 2 penny wa ha say me on prepare Haaland there to enu ni hwe no on hold on wa ha ma me aha me here can't na esin wa ha and let's analyze the situation. Every spot on the field the relevance so without the ball baby is the wabano he has to act, he has to have some sort of resilience or the because it's an overload a 1 against 2 and to one sound you can so what you say wago and be the is why you know
and Shenachi Ezachi, only po the immediate person, a Gabriel. Or Kababi Ojina ko say, Ryan Shaki the Bonocotonate. Omo play Shadi. So go in you. Goal is considered in sequences. Sequence 1 and you know, She Gabriel. Babi Ojina no Ojina Batono. But I don't know how to say your natural centre backs be on after say BT as a way, you know, or free box in my shell. Uncle long shot, no, only close, no. Uncle long shot, no, have be a Gabriel centre back in Ujina. I should be a born or print free pay free box in my as the young go, and only. There should be a centre back in the Jano. You can't deal with Ezo. But right after Eze, he got stuck to the feet.
Shell can far born now or banana.
Space in them, space in real, space in. Number one, any part of class or Ben or Bachon. Just understand this all. In close spaces, me in yesterday or Zilly free war. Maybe David Silva Kakra. Player to be who free quick. Anyway, and a hazard. Hazard so soon. But hazard, they are not the physique. I can't home. But where they are about 3 room. Hazard, they are not in the mechanism. Aha, but where they are holding him. Now someone is space. Because naturally, you say maintain the shape, it will maintain the shape, no. Anybody won't pay no. Or maintain the shape, no. So or free on person with free blocks in free blocks in man. And you'll be a pass you'll be a carry board into you a free. I am called Halandi and so. Yow. Oh, is it the enemy cast attack and drop it deeper? Also, many Dembele or drop it deeper because of penalty or work out. Okay, did you drop it deeper because of penalty boxing? Attack is a number deeper. I'm behind you, be the 2 ways. But Haaland, no BT Gabriel, no. A chimagine question, measure more. Head away Gabriel. Na Uncle Gabriel, you know, Yausha has a mammy. Now, only eagle view, if you are not my born, a boxing for front. Only, aha. On an elbow, even outside the boxing, and I come a pen outside the boxing or cry. If you say, I'm a who, I don't know. If you say me who Didier Drogba, who say me who Diego Costa. Strikers 2 me be a defender. I'm person me on back contact. Haaland.
Apart from Diego Costa,
yeah, and Didier Drogba.
And Drogba,
yeah. Strikers 2 I'm person me on back contact. Suarez and Haaland. But Suarez me the service at home. Babe chim kakra ho. But Haaland me person me on back contact. Obeku. Who is centre backs are who deal with game right now? Gabriel Diaka home. You say natural strength centre back. You see soldier for number 1 you take your height and all physical original. Centre back your physical height. Gabriel will qualify. Rudiger had a Haaland, you know. And it's not Rudiger finding means to deal with this guy. No, you can't. Now Drogba mono na netesa. Oh, is that type no? Diego Costa. Na Suarez, you know, the interim customer the service at home say Suarez, you know, on dealing with centre backs, you know, or dealing with every member of the back line. Suarez, who you 2 of the who you right back, left back of the bar, and some of the back centre backs, you know. But on who would you know, Drogba on full backs and ho. The Costa and full backs and ho, they stick to the centre backs. Now more feel say, or not your centre forward, you know. It's Haaland here, where the last of the breed. Now here's Suarez type, you know, and then Alvarez type, you know. Julian Alvarez, you know, or full back, no back center. But Haaland, you Seaman, mono, Gurasi, mono, they always and stationary stick to the center backs, you know. Now me shadow the Gabriel now, me say, me catch reference say, me play defender cronin pass you, me defender bet me bully attacker, a jibbo free, say no they crow. And you feel Bonucci, fake anymore. Should even with Saliba, Gabriel, no, should Haaland, you know. Mikel Arteta, I couldn't day, but unfortunately, your baby I couldn't do no. On what kind? Say the difference between our team no and that of Man City, in both boxes. Young couldn't take a crash. Say Shadrach Kumai ready. Or say the differences between our team no.
Yes.
Any Man City no.
Hey, chances in rap, especially in the second half.
That's right. Mikel Arteta kind.
Yeah, on what kind?
On
the coach.
Very strong performance from your team compared to some others. How does that make you feel?
Very upset with the results, obviously. We came here to win the game. I think the message was clear from 3 days before. We prepared to do that, to take the game to the areas that we believe we could win it. We certainly done that, even though we started the game with a goal down, and psychologically we had to play with that. We've done it. So we proved that that we are there, but the reality is in the 2 boxes, today was a difference, and that's what decided the game.
That's what you think was the difference between the two sides, the finishing in the box.
Now me person Musa Mikel Arteta asembi wa say Otto Joker say
ebi omo me ba be fine na ya wan see about
they ntino keeping no bench
say no I have it in the benya go ni man no
me my point no you have it opani mbien komo na why I didn't ntino keeping no bench if you have a clue let's share
your one choice
coach no
coach no selection
you bet him
okay
pay the yesusu anim no on say o hwe game no a obo Zubi and a ball Martin Odegaard and a ball Declan Rice. It's a typical 4-3-3. Now, Osha 4-3-3 we say no. Jokers in the final 10 never converted system away from 4-3-3 now 4-2-3-1. Because Jokers only movement too. Obenya movement I guess about deep no bobo no dia tumo dia man. But with that against Man City, obobo no tumbo mafa one no dey ba so. So at some point you want to have attackers or metimi so anya ball no, a lot of control on the ball. So in going for 4-2-3-1 no, now Arteta said no, I'll be going for 4-3-3. So without the ball, I have 3 attackers who beat me and dropping on the other. But this is the case. Would you go for a certain striker system B any favor no? Whilst big game be say into Nakofane buy.
Okay, I'm tell you all can I say. So all the number there then it means big matches matter most no also ginem.
On a technical meeting, Emma analysis on who say no. Your boy, yeah, we would have to work with Onono defensive working on Famayeno. Then let's go for this guy. Now you're all out, all in. So, Mebusa say, you see men or Makabe benching now. Let's suppose. So, Simen or Kofane by a Kobe bench in this crucial moment here now. Julian Alvarez. And today, the Busa so far Arteta going for jokers. Or if I go for shot school, it's a shot school so I come bench in the game way. Well, my last on this game they say any late ma Mikel Arteta any Arsenal fans, but baby Edru more dancing saying we leading the 10 points now. Baby Edru involve more psychological work. Every fall is a fall. When they led with 10 points, and you fall and you fall will be on man better luck next time because still no points will. But this time you know better luck be anybody. Every fall now is a fall. Wow. NTSS Ocon all out. How many games left?
City A6, Arsenal A5, City clear Burnley Wednesday, now kind of 5. I say City will not share Burnley way.
How many games left in the Arsenal clear games? I can 5. Because I Arteta corner every game is a final mood. No did you feel Pep Guardiola? So want to be on J title yo. And you're my bed. How Mikel Arteta?
Wontumi.
And when you have confidence with you, but how would the fans? My friend said,
"Whoa, me that say new. Shabak me di kama wa yibi na amze say ebi akwa kodi akire dia me ba me za ho ba before so me ba me za ho no. Emza kodi akire ma me nsan fama real quick we exercise so say me na mic e because me she nipa ne bo say me ya ma no. Aha me da se pa Sharak nti Mike so kai bawa so on your screen our LSRC financial secretary hopeful for 2026 your friend bawa diabia na bawa diabia ono NP financial secretary our Christian Service University
and in fact
yes
on the was here no
yeah
the right choice and the only choice.
That's right.
The right choice and the only choice. And you see, I like young men, intellect, being, and then they also have integrity. Okase we are and no she no ye on can't ye way non ye or can't we or ye way on ye.
That's right.
So yes and yes no ye no and ocean na hashtag accountability and transparency. If you want to act as a financial secretary, there must be one integrity.
Yeah.
Would you media away and also buhun kunta and also mudao. And from the little engagement meaning I think this young man has it.
That's right.
This young man has it. Say you can't mentor ben you be I'll definitely go for him. So definitely
Power,
he's the right choice.
That's right.
And the only choice.
Financial secretary SLC. Mumfu Timano 2026. Wow, me that's Mike. Meza. Yeah, him some match Chelsea nyere na Chelsea team so be share wani je. Huh?
By my mention as free Arsenal Gabriel. Now, a question of the day, manager. Say when we two teams now award the toughest fixture. I think the true reflection of the game is what we saw yesterday. Yeah. Now Arsenal let's share Manchester City 5 times. Now it's difficult so beating me show more. But definitely there are causes for alarm and there are questions in the more raise the bar. And I think there is a need for us to be clear on the reason why Manchester City can give no crown and they are conventional Arsenal. We'll let it be known. Then we'll come and have a clear and proper discussion about why maybe the next 5 games, A and B, able to the opportunity to continue and go on and win the league. Now, I'm not proud to the game. I thought as a son and son kakra, especially on the left wing because so check Arsenal team now. On the left wing, Anya Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. On the right, in the absence of Bukayo Saka, Ebenoni Madueke. Now the centre forward position, Arsenal in terms of Victor Gyökeres form, now consistent. It on one man a body more no pushy can have it crumpled the number 10. But there were a little bit of changes. Eze as the left winger, Kai Havertz as the centre forward, then Noni Madueke on the right hand side. The midfield the same thing. Fullbacks, let's not forget, Timber enya available. Na Calafiori, so enya available.
Yes.
But Kobetimia ball Lewis Kelly, Bossy Derby, he went in for Hinkapie, a centre back who can play as a left back. I'm not on the other part, there was Ben White. Subsequent games, Ben White and Abo. Bossy game we see the derby. Mama Mosquera and Aede. Abo. Meaning, say, Arsenal went into this game knowing very well that Manchester City attack no, yaw, creativity no, ebaba with combinations from laterals, Doku, any Semenyo. So this part here, Nico Riley, any Doku. The other part, Ryan Sheki, any Antoine Semenyo. So you're putting these centre backs in that position now. Ombe Klepiomo will double up on them. But yeah, I've seen people raise major concerns to say Arsenal should have gone into this game to defend. Statistically, I think says the possession numbers no go on matons and any discuss here. Nobody can tell me say Arsenal did not defend many times during 90 minutes in a ball game no. Because there were moments na City team holding on to possession for almost bare 6 minutes. Abrana Arsenal team no a defending in a low block or even a mid block, which we're seeing that. But the biggest issue I have Arsenal or Manchester fan winning game when they say they lost the individual battles on the field. That is the reason why they conceded. Lose the individual battles. So the individual battles in the day, yaw. The first individual battle ne Jeremy Dokuni Mosquera. The second individual battle ne Ellen Haaland, and Saliba and Asa Gabriel Magalhaes. The third one, Arsenal lose here, Ryan Sheki ni Declan Rice and Azubimendi.
Really ne Madueke DNA.
And no one in Yemeto. Debbie.
Okay.
Debbie. The entire makers assembly say Doku attracted numbers. Doku attracted numbers now. Or ye players if you go untimi for one player in Doku so. At first, Arsenal thought say one player bit imagine so until some was as a defensive midfielder Zubimendi or Declan Rice. Say anytime a Doku benya ball biano. Omo many be number take ball in floor. So on the other part was even Madueke. So Madueke baby. Na be a Declan Rice and Zubimendi so why then. A baby kakra. So mo ba space is no mbeji to one the Hona Nico Riley exploited. So look at the time at Doku free game ni no. Afi no Riley concern na say also defending because Doku nipa na wababeshem ne Savinho entimi attract more than 2 or 3 numbers space ni better also unfair exploited. Doku has always been in a good form for City in the last 3 games. Then we check Ryan Sheki, Zubimendi, and Declan Rice. Why they be following up? Now Declan Rice is torn between 2 things. Because Rodri, one particular defensive midfielder, he does not only focus on passing, controlling tempo, but our graduate and improve it to a certain extent. So there is creativity attached to the game. For example, the long pass to Antoine Semenyo want him young control. On the Bernardo Silva. Yeah, Bernardo Silva cover kilometers more than any other player on the field yesterday.
Yeah.
Brilliant performance. Nipa bisa nti Declan Rice ni wo nipa two so. Na ni wo the Rodri so na ni sa wo Bernardo Silva so. Then who is supposed to take charge of right check? Zubimendi. No ye den. Obalusu battle. Then Gabriel Magalhaes and Haaland. Battle last one Omulusu yema born year 2-1 no. No play. So the individual draws. This is one of the best setups I've seen Mikel Arteta so was set Arsenal team no. Yaw team we be show bia.
And I born no more no shit.
Arsenal set it up the same way against Bournemouth. Kaya kin ni san komo we. Say Arsenal set it up the same way against Bournemouth. Yaw kin din komo we. Because it was a perfect starting 11. It was a perfect game plan by Yaw. The problem will always be about execution. So they be a catcher mu say coaches no mo tie blame mo to dey be a ye gitum. Na mo say coaches say any team share system. The most important thing about the because we need the execution by these players. And I think Enra are they let Arsenal down. Individual players losing their individual battles. And I'm Arsenal enkunim against Manchester City. Yeah, share how I know BT City press no. Ma cite an example of how a second goal ni sabe be we Haaland any few. Now Martinelli was supposed to track O'Reilly. Martinelli and tracking no. So in a video, someone the second goal the board that won't say Martinelli got a pigeon in sa. So or can be a chair Martinelli say what Jana Maneko. Then O'Reilly Fabona or the Akomadoku. Now the same space now Doku attracting Nipa 2 or 3 no. O'Reilly are exploited. If the second goal is there, move it to me, then we will look up from the build up and you see how Odegaard was literally angry.
Well, Sherrod Mome Haaland and so go.
So yeah, individual battles, you know, they lost it. They really lost the individual battles, and you'd understand. So before Haaland did the end of cry and actually, baby almost started O'Reilly. So Mike will get it for them, and I think that is where the anger came from. Okay, me that's a part.
Okay, Sharon, check your WhatsApp message and I'm saying, my camera different angle. And I win no crown before they go no crown. I say that combination between
Doku
and O'Reilly.
Because Doku attracted 2 or 3 players. Onya attracted because all the one person jina Doku so. Yaw, as at that moment, odi nipa ba ko jina Doku so wa so be she. So, she Odegaard. She Odegaard di what Wapija, what they do maybe wapija is no apostle. What the boy fool?
The problem. The Kameban Kamabechim, but
no.
It is about the role O'Reilly played. Arsenal yes or call man for man marking. Nti Kai Havertz, Nane, Kusanov, and then the goalkeeper. Because of the Naruma, the lack of ball playing abilities. You get it. Na a year way as a afa the right side with Matheus Nunes and then whoever was there. But in the middle, ne Declan Rice for Rodri and then Zubimendi for Bernardo Silva. Na a typical man for man marking. Na Madueke a dealing with a year way O'Reilly or Guay. But problem is O'Reilly ni roles, na a hybrid, or started as a left back, but or inverted as a midfielder. At another instance, or the last centre back. Another instance, or number 10. Another instance, or a wing. So the mobility was creating problems for Arsenal. Nipa was original so. In this scenario, was a Maguire now. And under normal circumstances, I was so Mujai free. So I was so Mujai free there. Then Martinelli has to pick who? O'Reilly. But check O'Reilly's position. Not check the adjustment or the body posture of Maguire. Donnarumma has an option to throw short at the Maguire. And then has to throw long to O'Reilly. Now check it. It causes confusion here. Baby Odegaard Ginano, he has 2 players to contend with. Anna Martinelli also were 2 players to contend with. So a City strategy and approach in this Omar Ubo de Bombo play. Martinelli or Kogwe, then that is the trigger for the Naruma to unleash O'Reilly. So a trap.
Because O'Reilly
almost set
left back, some back,
exactly. And it is a reason Ateta says Madueke because Madueke was struggling in the same vein as Martinelli struggled.
I see Odegaard is also Odegaard is I see you. The Chisi also a yen is I see. Because Arsenal pressing a diamond kind of formation is here as compared to how I normally call it the 4-2-4. Now in this instance, Odegaard was expecting him to leave the ball and he said, Uncle Magayo. Initially, now Magayo did can't error by driving the ball into the middle of the park. I'm an aqua. So Odegaard felt, said, no, let's take the risk. What the man pass the ball and map gay. Gay into me for ball, no, a movie to say O'Reilly. Everybody moving, just struck O'Reilly. The Magayi, no Jano, no Abu said you pay by out. I think the individual battles. You see, but this game is more psychological. After the game, Arsenal for Bob on Tembeka said, Omun Lusu League now, and I said they are still in the league. Yeah, factually they are right. Nano Mekase Mitchell said, when you look at the table, Arsenal is in total control of Omusebre. Some Beji League now, and I saw Munje. Nemu Momu Kojina Park so Bobo now. You could see tension.
Yeah.
I want when you so. So whoever comes out and say we are in control, Arsenal is in control. Yes, factually you are right. Statistically you are right. But I think the reality is when they step on the field, they don't look like a team that is ready to fight for the league title. Because Bakutom or attitude differently. BBC or attitude differently. But yeah, the 5 games now can. For question of the day, to tsunami quick because maybe some didn't come to be okay. So
you're sure the next 5
the next 5 games. The question of the Arsenal. Day, yeah, it's all about the psychological approach of Arsenal into these games. And yeah, drain on what they come into these games because you see, I'm fan say, me Mikel Arteta, yeah, point blank. Me fan says you see, and points near pay.
So Arsenal, women's game.
Points near pay.
Women's game you home to.
We got over 5 or about 6. My friend said points near pay because City bought Crystal Palace will fear. So it is advantage Manchester City at home.
Arsenal so born Newcastle.
Yeah, what's it? Me can't once no extra. So I'm talking about the outstanding game. No crampon on the one.
Outstanding City about Burnley midweek. Yeah.
About Burnley. So on only quite way to Burnley na you league in him. Yeah, so you can put it at the back of your mind. Says I give me the City by funny points. So one was our outscore because the moment City equalizes your points gap, yeah, one of the goals near 1 goal pay. This is City share Burnley 2, and I'll send a 3 and some of the goals are beside. So concentrate on scoring a lot of goals. Yeah, Arsenal team, so no how many goals no match in recent times. Now the big question, you know. It will come down to goals difference. Arsenal team know how many goals now in recent games or match.
Okay, so not to cut you, but my main way from question of the day, no dear no. Once a month makes say fixtures.
Yes, makes fixtures.
But in that order, City ball Burnley midweek area. Women's game in the Premier League, Omoko Everton.
Everton game very difficult for Manchester City.
Away. Next, ball Brentford, home.
Home advantage Manchester City. Brentford they play for European sport.
Bournemouth, Vitality Stadium.
Difficult stadium because Bournemouth play European sport.
City Palace, Fie.
City advantage.
And on the last game, City Fie to Aston Villa.
City advantage.
The last time I'm almost share Aston Villa from 2
City
goals
home
down.
Games in our fashion team say City bebo.
Okay.
So you could look at Manchester City. Game against Everton, game against Bournemouth.
Arsenal, NS game will fear to Newcastle.
Newcastle lose 6 matches, or Arsenal fear advantage Arsenal.
Arsenal home to Fulham.
Yeah, advantage.
Arsenal away to West Ham.
Advantage.
Arsenal will fear on a Burnley.
Advantage.
Arsenal away to Selhurst Park.
Arsenal betu kwan baako
Crystal Palace.
Arsenal betu kwan baako pɛ. Burnley they can now London. Yeah, on paper, Arsenal should be winning the league with goal difference. On paper, on paper, Arsenal should be winning the league. But yaw, omujina park niswa. Na fi. But the video be shared Shadrach. But I think for the two teams, City were the difficult fixtures. On paper, Arsenal should be winning the league. But in reality, I think this is an Arsenal team that needs to prove beyond reasonable doubt someone is psychologically ready to win the league. And it starts from the Newcastle game. Yeah, but the video be sent Shadrach. A short video, na my kaba. Real Sociedad, AJ, Copa del Rey. Me share how they were behaved because yeah, it's been a long time in your club from the Basque region. Waiting me a born home body and waiting me a trophy. But look at Jesse now, Oma hanging in room, number 12. Now, a DB or Jesse Nechi, friend or Aito Zabaleta. Now, Metna Sidi Shade could say, you know, this is what football brings to your world game, and especially when I face such situations where you come. They tell us, same way, me person me didn't come on no yaw. And I'm club in Tina Aito Zabaleta, Ekuye. On December 8, 1998, and you call war on the chest to so kind because not Real Sociedad the 2 the game against Atletico Madrid or Vicente Calderon. So in the same fixture in the final of the Copa del Rey after a long time that they've won it, they chose to celebrate this fun because say yeah, there is a brief history between how an Atletico Madrid, the session of their fans who are neo-Nazis, and Sebastian for no moment anti-Nazis, you know. Ekoshia ya santo kwa wiki to we copy because no pen one sem on a girlfriend and nam or when they stance around it. But the entire makers are same way in say there have been fans who have been killed because of a football club. How do we choose to celebrate them? This brings me to Pole.
I'm referring to more and Shaden Fin.
This brings me to Pole. After so many years, Omakai. Oh shit, I said trophy me JC. Edini dia gu achiri abepeja. Ana eya, but supporters, let's value them because sometimes and your man will go through for our clubs a brad unity as so. Oh, kwako hebo wa mefi bi. Yaw. But since 98, they've won a trophy and they've been able to remember them. I think this is the beauty of what football is about. This is the beauty of sports. And yeah, I'm so happy for Sociedad say. But I wouldn't have the become same later. Diego Simeone, the beginning come later because Wontumi spend this cabe we won't go to strikers we and come my mummy running some coach na penalty.
I know Chelsea for no consider that.
Oh, that's why I had
Diego Simeone. Oh no, I had and can ye. Wow, Medasi Meza, Mike Bray.
Fancy Medasi, thank you very much. On the Man City,
101.3.
I think so. Yes. Arteta struggled with players needing instructions or the moment. They wanted to take the game to City. First of all, I think credit in Pharma City. They played the game, they played the game, they wanted to win. It was a must-win encounter for them. Now City person will be a title race anymore. They needed to win this match. And the Omoye, proof said yes, they needed it. Now to the setup and everything. City definitely. Pep, innovations along the line. And in the period of success, when you are Man City, he tries something. Nafa. What bought John Stones as a quarterback, defensive midfield, central defender, right back. Or cover sa zone at the Champions League. We are bought Josco Guardiola or a centre back as a left back. At the you see na goals obey. So he's a manager that has showed say he's not scared of innovation. And Nico O'Reilly, when you're the right player, or one, the physical attribute. And then the technical intellect. Rico Lewis, the idea Nico Riley, Pep started with Rico Lewis. But again, so over here, Rico Lewis, and well suited to Premier League because kete. So he was being bullied. Your bubbles in the chair, then so recover. But in Nico Riley, the Pep say he has a player with a physical attribute or what? Then he has a technical intellect. In position out in the he can also function in auxiliary roles, very different from the primary role. Into on the pitch and then on paper. Or best start is a left back. By game na game ne kono, he can adopt various roles on the field of play. Mebo. Carabao Cup final. Why the D Arsenal for you?
No clear.
I say 2 goals.
No clear.
Again, check when Arsenal's dominance and now controlling the game waned. Man City be take over in the Carabao Cup. Second half, from the 60th minute, Man City taking game now. From the 60th minute, then City scored their goal. It was a game of moment, I must emphasize. Before I say Man City be sure almost second goal no. Now Arsenal, I hate people Mike I have a so I say 1-on-1. Meboa. So the moment and the pendulum swung, but then again, the ability of City, so I'm best swing a pendulum no. It harbors on their tactical detailing and their principles of play. So the explanation here. Share example. Arsenal take a true Kai Havertz, no pressing.
Yes.
It exemplifies Arsenal's approach from the front foot. Yenim said Donnarumma pass a ball when the nine Sinto. And our Pep Guardiola team so dear Kianeke. There is no way Ombebo ball ni boom boom into Ombe pass. So more pass there. Keep on Bobby. Won't Pep boy keep him Bobby. So Arteta's intention and it's Arsenal should press high and then they should do man for man marking. Oh yes sir, one, you are disrupting City's build up, and two, you are forcing mistakes from an erratic keeper like Donnarumma. But she structure needing what do you remember Kai Havertz so? Oh say the circle chobe ho.
Really.
Ojina in between the left back position and then a midfield position. Why? City to me BT Arsenal press now. O'Reilly is free and he can travel or carry the ball. There was an instance, Ojebo, Arsenal players too, Madueke, and one other player. Amo Yibo on the form, still he inverted and carried the ball progressively. So he's a player who has excellent close control. The passing range solid. And on one kasa to me the ball and so driving. And the second goal now you know. And the same here. Difference in say when Nanka Donnarumma pedding a nayabo, but he's not good with the ball at his feet. In the second goal or the Nensa and a toy. What's the problem here? I ain't found a Madueke Jina. Madueke bang Gui. He's closer to Gui because or press a man for man marking. Kai Havertz in between Kusanov and Afe goalkeeper no. Nejuma no, that is the zone. And Oye Nejuma ye stop Donnarumma from passing. And they lead it to Arsenal, so Motika. Now, O'Reilly consistently became an issue and I said a problem for Arsenal. When no Arsenal press the body be anymore. So Teta the nim role now when it happened like this, Arsenal needed to find answers. Then they also almost san or more press in him kakra. A hundred the confusion by no matter we can name the Oko. So Oko gay ho and also Oko Riley. And then a ma Teta ye ni free mu half time. A Juman went to me and the end sadia. My menfa Martinelli sombra mehe. And Arsenal Boba Martinelli were right there. But again, it was Arteta's way of finding solutions to the problems Nico O'Reilly and Pep Guardiola were creating. Yemfo Bimbe occupy right or now more higher dodo. Or more cause problems. So check. The two players who started for Arsenal on the right, Doku Mamoskere and yellow card. He was eventually withdrawn. Madueke was withdrawn. The two players who occupied the City left were very crucial in that. Now, when O'Reilly was original left back in between left back in the midfield position. On Mame, Kai Havertz chance no nyayen. Again, O'Reilly had searched forward. He contributed to City's attacking build-up. ball ne say na gay or muji ball ni free no na be counter attack. A bear counter attack no. So O'Reilly ni ha a 4v3. Arsenal players 4. Man City players saying 3. But O'Reilly ran it from an advanced position to help Manchester City.
Now you're 4v4.
And to check you, Kai Havertz ni 29, who it looks like or the farthest Arsenal player. Then O'Reilly here is caught behind Odegaard, Eze. But check what happens next. He will be the one to clear the ball from the goal line. Donnarumma making save you know. The rebound still went to Arsenal players. The same image was the better so. And O'Reilly make clear ball for that block. So the same image in this one and he winded them. So he ran anticipation. Made it show how technically intelligent or a player being. He is able to anticipate. In the instant, they say, men can't catch a ball. No. On the previous image, ball no Arsenal for no, they have the advantage. But O'Reilly no, or maybe a ball no. The first instinct of any player go to the ball. But the first instinct of a brilliant player is to picture or envision the ABC. Mami, oh, ball no more back. Okay, fine. Quick thinking. Let me rush to the post. Exactly. And to acquire him no, I know about palm. Okay, what more? No problem. Money them over. But I have a job to execute. And a Juma now tell me who Jumano. And then the Okoda post into the next image again. O'Reilly is there. Now acting as the sweeper and the goalkeeper because Donnarumma had been taken out of the game. So defensively, one team, then offensively, he was creating problems for Arsenal defensively as well. And games to say, you know, you need players like this to win it. The industry of Bernardo Silva covered over 12 kilometers on the pitch and the ingenuity of Rodri. Anyway, you cannot contain him because definitely teammates on your mobile, they will find solutions. So it was what Man City had, and you see it. Now, on my City second goal, no, mature the difference between the Arsenal first goal, 9 City build up. Now again, they be uncle before said Donnarumma, but today they be mark or Yusuf Akomiadiano. Donnarumma has the ball again. City who say Arsenal press Donnarumma personally, among man to man. Close marking. Sadia, what is the best option? Let's create multiple outlets for Donnarumma. To bet me a pass yakoha or bet me a tuakoha. So here he has 2. The first image now, Arsenal for the take. How many options did he have? 1. The angle was narrow. Exactly. So what share after say Arsenal take an area no. Kusano bobo be to nchen. No mbese be kopo nim. Ya on my pass be to. They knew say now their goalkeeper has this flaw. Weakness away the Sadia, let's help. And in trying to help, another option, say, yen create enough outlets in Famana, Obetimia Bobon and Obeto Bonako. So he has going from close and then he has O'Reilly from far. Here, Martinelli is confused. Going soon our passing abilities. Yes, he had considered possession may lead to counter attack. But Oyobia on ball pass, whether long range or short, 2 jars or no some fabo on him how. I know O'Reilly Nisujina already who they know. So it is not really Martinelli's fault. It is Pep Guardiola and Man City's plan and a render Arsenal almost system of pressing or dysfunctional. And they ain't to me pressing yet near any view. I bet you. Okay, said the more person we yemini. I'm more man to man. Okay, Pep, my system. Cope with it. Did you get a point now? It is not really a Martinelli problem. And your problem Arteta struggle to deal with. Exactly. And the players on the field, they also become confused. And then they lead it to Sanio Mano, Medeba.
So O'Reilly gets the ball here again, or the ball never travel. Doku Bedje. Now when Doku gets it, and now say Martinelli mo I mistake one Odegaard or complaining. He also failed to recover. Why Odegaard when? Why never? Why now who know the last part of the screen? Arsenal player na why?
Anya Joker.
David
Odegaard on a recover.
Me that say. So it wasn't a Martinelli problem. True. What the right channel? If Martinelli was here, then Zubimendi will stick close to O'Reilly. Again, check the movement of O'Reilly. I cause a confusion. On fan break tribune. So the break Doku has the ball. Osheha, what turning a mark can we now say a 1v1 Doku in a frame. So what happens here?
Where was Zubimendi going?
David, he's closing. I come here, David. Don't here again. I was saying Martinelli in the water.
Since we made the news, I'm rally number. Doku so bet me anko for Keller.
Check our options we bring me back. Check Rodri. Why did you not piano? Wodino, baby, I try Dino. And why not call box in him no? Rodri,
yeah.
So Doku can pass to Rodri through the space between Saliba and Declan Rice. What you here? Check it. Semenyo so na eba no. Exactly. So Zubimendi had to close down. But the problem is say the attacking players no. And now so O'Reilly running ja omuninti ojomu wechire. Oja Martinelli wechire. Oja Odegaard wechire. So Arsenal are disadvantaged here. The issue is Anka Martinelli wa Anka your chain was is it Mosquera?
Not to me.
Your chain Mosquera really. What would have happened is that I was Anka Martinelli mom and a very human as we made the yin who saw no. But again, the quick thinking O'Reilly and him say this is what Zubimendi wants to do into a position to receive the ball. So it is just the weapon that O'Reilly offered. It was just a year in Arsenal team no Wontumi nya or need the omode. In the one Akumia talks about the individual battles, no correct. But I think it was more of Arteta struggling to deal with how Pep Guardiola managed the game.
Once all breasts are that means personal kakra. Because me check the quality of players because O'Reilly no emra adwene ntiase so. What did they mention? But look up
no. Apart from the qualities na Mike made mention of manager no in question.
Because I think I know almost set up new almost system no. Yeah. And now they know sanke timi game no cry.
No, but me I think a close call. A game one a moment in a defining game. Chance ya Haaland share ya Arsenal so nye bi o montimi anhye. You get it. So me who say a more board the over back benya advantage over the other. The Arteta ya Sinto ho no. There was strength in there. And we be no more pressing ya go. And we be no more pressing here. FOC mistake from Gay. So that is basically what the issue is. But the need the fire no. And then now they be come on no why how they oh wonderful fantastic. The issue is Man City's plan to an extent yielded dividends. Arsenal's plan, the best it did was to create one goal and create a lot of chances they failed to convert. And any difference they won. Last one, and I'm right so. Oh, Kamede Ode Vincent Company.
One or two.
Oh, one day and but it is just to highlight why he's not just building a path for himself. But obe twesa to Eddie ama coatis or motisono company at the end. He is Belgian, but he's black. And the origin free in Africa. No. In fact, he's the first black coach, Wakochi, with the Bundesliga one name. He's not the first black coach in German professional football.
Bundesliga Nankasa.
Yeah, Bundesliga one. He's the first black coach at Wakochi. Now there are two. Daniel Thion. Thion was Werder Bremen. Thion is the first professional black coach in German football. Say coach called pro. Daniel Thion on the first professional coach. But company by Bundesliga Nimjano. Thion was in 2017. VfL Osnabrück, sorry. And sana odibedi di moa Fortuna Düsseldorf February na Veda Bremen Kofanaba. He's a good coach. But your company no. He's not just showing up. He's making an impact.
Wontumi.
Trust the at all. Ama black coaches. Yes, he's carving his own path to greatness. Dear Ebuane say he's winning with Bayern. And Bayern now be an exemplary model for success by design. You acquire nipa fast with the DE and acquire any entity fast with the DE by the stroke of luck and also by design. Design here, dear me person me too one among me co school. Me swan dear me tra me creative baby. Into wow nim dear Yankupon de Maon. Would ya fabi be a winning? Amana ye. Anna by luck near say ebeto. Oh, I did bet me a fan and fat. Oh, yeah, in a fire. Weddy. Do you get it? So, by and no, they don't get success by luck. They engineer, they work for their success. That is the model. Into your bar, then we can delve deeper into it. But I am happy with the part our company, Ocha, and they are my black coaches. And eventually, it won't be long before you see, say, now teams are opening their eyes and looking at intelligent black coaches or more the potential to grow.
Well, Mike, me that say, Supremo, Eba, Bray, Nafi, Yenshe feed and real quick Nafi, Yemrana Metwa. So, Santoro board members. So many unveiling Abaso. See, you heard the next line of action at the Yakrobiana for them and FA Cup matches about so Omoma qualified they call the fan finale and also you better whoa Cabo.
Well, fancy any Komaga Kana yen start say your local news on an and found some member. A Man City game on the house na match na Nigeria do come on weekend. And of course, Stone Boy, yes, Ghana, your superstar, no, so, or monitor game ni be our stadium. Now, to me say, why very alike here, I said a city game, no. Now, the baby room now, if you are 2026 World Cup, on the Black Stars of Ghana, you could be. Na yung coach I say a pound no Carlos Queiroz no and ebe so be boy juma na wiki and yet is a coach ebe touch it down Ghana na obeba with 5 backroom staffs and no more eba be juma nti technical team odu mo be juma no makoma ko be se num ombeka no na afi omaba nti unveiling no ebe ba so na afi question bia Ghana for say ombusa coach na afi omoni ne din komo na ni team for Edema Black Stars or World Cup you know and also etimi atodwa na otwi mu nti e twen say coach everything touch it down. Aside that, the Black Stars of Ghana of the so Tuado Kwa Germany, Australia, Digunu Huno. Your friendly games me you ebe ball and sana World Cup na do so. Na yebe ball Mexico and Mexico and sana any Wolves abo May June and your 2 friendly games are yebe ball. But the FA no say coach na wabano emrenu swa inti 2 friendly games no on team fast as a team no. Omu yesa ombesa mano additional friendly games na omabo account said ebe ya Ghana. Ye team no be den ye nine mu be den e World Cup here ye ko abra coach eba be fedjuma no e news kakra free the Black Stars of Ghana wo ma so ye e the Black Galaxies one up pan ye dem say o squad o ma free 32-man squad o mo campaign no e ne nti o mo hwese ni o metimi akona afi campaign akoso say the list no e ma Benjamin Asare mo anafi Emmanuel Kobi ene Felix Chei anafi Solomon Agbesi wo mo na goalkeepers ni defenders ni Emmanuel Ibedeza Adade edi ewom remember Adomakon ewaduana ana afi Suleiman Fatao ewo mediama Isaac Afo enso Samates ni din ewom Patrick Asiedu Okotoko Razak Simpson ewo Nation Ebeneza Aban ewo Heart of Lions Ali Mohammed ewo House of Oak ana afi Abranti friend say Alex Boachi waduana Kevin Osei SCB enso House of Oak ani din ewo Mefodes no Seidu Sana ewo aduana Eche Dogli ewo Heart of Lions ana afi Mohammed Alidu ewo Vision Hebe Jehu ewo Asante Odoko Salim Adams ewo Mediama Suraj Seidu ewo Dreams anafa Brantia Feno Mizak Soa Ajete ewo Vision Ubenya Brantia Feno say Evans ene Sokai ono enso anywhere be as forward no eye Kevin Nkrumah Media Manidin Ewom Augustine Okra Ewo Bechem United Richard Opoku Ewo Young Apostles Emmanuel Ano Ewo Nation Prince Cheneboa Ewo Basake Oli Stars Prince Ousu Ewo Media Ma Abrantie Fen Samuel Takumi Ewo Gold Stars John Entry Ewo Dreams Anna Rudolph Mensa Ewo Swadu All Blacks na bet Amwa Womo Anna a complete 32-man squad and womo a report Ewo Pram we a Black Galaxies and a duomonsem the Airban na the Black Maidens Wombo Day weekend under 17 World Cup qualifiers no womo ebo omoni Togo omo she kansia amomo ntimiante on aggregate no na say 8-0 and ya bo e de agu omontina mu a ye de wonsem e de ba na say said adwumadie no esikwa no nkomo and ye de ba na coach a obomodin ejina ma ya chi e coach obo no homodin pa awe say nuama ebitima kudwa say woma wi ni Togo de but next game a woman Liberia ebe bo na no so crucial game omo we say e den a say the Maidens ever win. I was a game no coach Nana Dakwa Ekasai.
How much? There's a possession like if what happened there, we all saw it and we came back and did the corrections and implement it on the floor. That's what we did. We are not breaking the camp. We are going to program right now and we are going to continue on whatever we are doing and do the corrections and get ready for the Liberia match. There's a possession like if you can
somebody about now Urem Ewo Morfa Guinness Women's Premier League is the champions no Omeya Pimda Kwa Mochi Azakes Ebo Kaminu Emazakes Atekano Emubako. This is the 5th timer Omo left the trophy Nesa Pimda Kwa for Omo Modemo Ekon Kanyepa na say Womo kose Africa yi omejina Ghana nemu eno anomu game the coach Eri Tuja William Afwakwa ese ono krade na nya the final no omo hwe animu na omo plan ahead of say wafu tournament eno ewo manime no ana no omo hwe nti omo target kra no Africa na enye the final na ezo omo de omo wini final no kra omo 3 months na omo eba pitch no so coach William Afwakwa ekasai emu aye shishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishishwhich by a record be also currently on our G League with Gold Stars or the Bad Nation to a league champion and our service will be Rem Nafi Wasaji the FA Cup PM coach as an Eniajipa so Rem our final coach for 4 months after the game what the way at no na organization everything obo ho adwuma pa na semi final format no de buy no I say file FA Cup no man for school for by format no dina o use sa format na as Emma FA Cup no yinya nkofa mo maba stadium especially students are wo mu eba no Mr. Wasanata anyway etuja grand finale ne ahwe said e no so ABC akọ e dey find fancy na we formra emeto aso
okay oh me da say still live 10 minutes after 12 yemre or 20 more minutes to share a feed na for room na yede dia kano aso so a day about new Nancy.
Yeah, I think sir, there have been some time blaster no full preparation how the call am for be so started busa Carlos Queiroz da betima ba be pie on my mo finally no ability the status of the contract in it, you know, a mama forgino hopa say or the year court work up after work up and putting for her say na juma or baba ye no esuania no more activity closer ishibno and so any so of course na so the major task for Carlos Queiroz the other day they make catch the deplorable nature of your squad no it calls for greater attention. It is a technical department as a nation. A year one so updated, actively working and scouting for even players. A good track of all these guys. Or more are prepared in a database. Or more hand over the Carlos say. Oh, we know and understand say. Technical team back on a wohono. Form nyina na beko. Etiro do uri beba. Na mum sele be ya wonyira wo kwan no so. Your squad no profile mo strength. Omo growth, omo club size, baby obi abobo. That sort of information can create be here there. We have a very strong technical department I am. Omo person mo no we meeting or the first ever meeting about so no mo hand it over, no mo dey open. Look, so we just add in a very respect here, papa. He's a very, very, very experienced man, hugely experienced. But as my man can hear, and come up and you near Ghana Hanmuda. The knowledge of Yaya squad no, FF4 no, Omunimu say opening. The knowledge of Yaya terrain no, Yaya central for crown.
Yeah.
Yaya aware of the terrain this situation no say opening a wobby. Nemum, he's been licensed and has worked to a level say your situation for all you know no was Shebi pay. Oh, Portugal, Iran, as a travel man, as a journeyman was Shebi. In Chesu say, ye the human manual. Obet my babe, Kekanima Seri within a short term road. The person catch a Ghana for you now say. My and fire red and show me walk up on your quack be a bros beer. Men casum buabum. Because your team now on me share weekend with Leicester City game. Me share Villarreal. Me share Spurs. Me share Man City. I followed all our big boys just as I've been doing. Now you know, me say call that side of my machine. I could share Croatia for no key members on my back. Work up be. And baby I'm follow what you my bedroom and the assembly to us. Yow, yeah, mo pa.
Oh, Samu. I'm playing time near your idea.
Yeah, mo pa. You need a crack. You need a year. Carlos, as I saw you didn't hope no yejuma. No, they are surprised Ghana for. Just after work up, you did the papa you attempt off. You back a number of our hood and I know Refiana. Coach Ben, I'm about home the idea channel. Person Boba Kupidi, Coach was appear, Sika Kondo, Milovan Rajvach, Otuado. Why no one home the idea? Yakas okay, or the home of a cacra, or the oil legend, Coach Casapia, Bombo, the Can my place, yet the home job. Which coach?
BRG.
Chrisutin, yet the home channel. Chrisutin is Papa and Cranny Cacra. Why you didn't home channel? Upon you will receive your crown. Sabe, Steven Lucas or Cassetiano. But Ghana, you want to Cassetia Paniway, Enche. A Jumane song, Blaster Jumana song, and we sure weekend song. I've been following your players, and we will be a database or the kind of games they play. And twice a year, you're changing even 50 minutes to a game, 98 minutes, you're changing position. I jotted down because I never bought me. I'm a season we are. Yes. And we are more at this point. You know, you're coach here. Obesi from no see from so obenya obi tsan Kalai Kensen type no. O se me bola yedi. Because me hu analyst bia wo your system no mu a o follow your game no pa. What the make can say? Yeah, you did actually, but we haven't really committed time. But me person obi tsan lie. How we nim your blaster no on na under 70 kakra no we say we were lie. And in the international knowledge of the game, no.
Okay.
Na kwatena wan kona na omani briefino. And you might be by a blaster. No.
They sure say and come back so but any necessarily say be a so abo lie Diana baby. It could be maybe a jam Stephen Apiamo because these guys are always around. Maybe so the make and what myself so can o mahada. Coach national team that Egypt and Waba. And what we could to Africa. So I now when him Ghana, the Ghana to me. So we are say, oh, for now, Stephen or be a Asian, so a day, or be a lie, said, oh, Bonsulli Munino. Obey me think more about MA for public consumption.
I make a being show. The can you say, me boy, like a bone crofly be the Asha. Yes, will be the Mom. So be a me, mamma, Omunya access to Papa.
No, I mean, maybe the American say. Coupon and I say you can say Carlos Kuros now because bit me affair actually.
Oh, good, great.
Say you personally, you come me no demo big crown.
Yeah, what do you know what I? Oh, you're right. Yeah. I don't know what I. So we all crowd share plan pay.
Yes.
We share no outside Ghana. It will be by our friend or Moncroft from you. Honestly, say my neighbor didn't come to a bar or big guy. Don't know. Yo, wouldn't be a kind of indigenous say local mu local. Until you place no more munim yet your game no so masako. This guy, oh, here be behind the scenes, no, I like it because we share Leicester City game. Jordan, are you minister of a boy? No, Sabi, oh, check the last 15 games are more than 25 minutes.
The last 15 matches,
yeah,
for Leicester. And captain.
na sa no mo penalty o Leicester omo Portsmouth no omo call Pompey for no and omo show omo one beg of the chida omo ponum look yaw o hia squad no hu omo yi Jordan Cressy nchen yo na so nim say boy e bobo a o ye relevant e was squad no mu a number of passes in ultimate attitude na chese omo judi Leicester for boys no mo je ball na no be here Sahaku but na Portsmouth for no bono it be kana me kasa ball na me hwe no every Leicester ball person so chiko Sahaku but Jordan buy no and surprisingly corner ba na Jordan ko box no.
I don't know what's on call.
Oh, you can go back and watch the game.
Say how no you selected taker.
But Leicester I don't know call box no. On the boxing, you on the ball free kick in. So look at the minute as a captain, then your deputy captain, Oko Villarreal, and also about peripheries. He's not a premium member of the squad. Premium member, no coach in the crowd, you know. Coach Biagini game one sana diachi.
Say my quality by this time what that
yes, sana game this year. Or Jin Hon China here crowd in China mechanical crew. Key players no betting at test. Wow, late. Oh, no referee be catch Ronaldinho be catch say and I drop Bobe 2 and a Frank Cracker testing no say no this game is for you. If whenever you want to step up, it's up to you. Do what you want. The coach gave him message done. Now ya okay message we are there now Crabetri. Gaucho
run to me.
Thomas Partey coach about that Carlos Obelu said, "Oh, Ghana has one of the big guys above Villarreal." No, he's no more the big guy. I'm sorry, he's no more the big guy. Okay, in your Thomas Partey, Yanko Space. There's another big boy, and Kudus is also playing. It's you know him. Work up and I do one you. Now you do points here. Work up with you. I'm for new faces. Bear 10 anchor. Me dear feel one reward.
And I'm now supporting the inclusion of players now. When they hover around, team na Sabia. Handsome of doing money, Dinketia more than Bassay, Ketiamun, so Monson Shada Mogidi said, I won't mogidi. Oh, I won't mogidi. You are right, I won't mogidi. But the person said there are boys beautiful. Oh, but if you know, Neb Sabia or Monobat, yeah, players are very active. As I say, a fishy, said the aqua fishing dry season, no, Sana Person. Yeah, Ghana, as I say, a fishing, no, said, oh, like, come a good time be on, come, it's me done ice. Na yes o yes keen e wo so edu do so na uhu lake no e ta o kese e wo so ho border no so Switzerland Italy border no so and yet I'm not just talking about Dinketia anyway mo we have to fish boys to be horrible born as I say fish them deeper awu kromu ni gidie say ye be from but omo bo e fe na yi o mani omo but omo bo. And not being anything and make us say, we have been doing some lazy work as a nation. Yeah, hanty and yenny, the bois. Your hanty and yenny, near you back so deep by and fino. Near Sadia, Sydney and near you for you. Come on, dear Suleiman, your money chances are Ibrahim Suleiman, your fino. Osman Ibrahim, your fino. I didn't see the Yahosa. Christopher Bonsuba, boy, or Bahaso, on your bia. No, why? So why? Your boys and I'm not say Crophobia. Me was uncle for no justify setting no money as a so. So right now, no, Mr. Boys be Emmanuel Jemo or Don Dino, or Mosha Boys. No, you should follow them. No, lazy work, no, and Nino. This boy Rahim Osman. Rahim Osman. Yenya Kudus, no, they should go out for somebody. Or my friend Rahim Osman or Bobono or Sebia. Tough midfielder. Zero Jabon, no one started build up. No, you watch every videos about you do work up and if we will start it here. We scouting these boys, get their videos. No fear the bomb, near the mom. As I see a co hunting, no said yaw. Here called dry season hunting. As I see a call with all seriousness. Other than that, you can't say rely on your place in the yeah, we will not be going anywhere. We will not be going anywhere. Goalkeeping department in there, I am super sure that Benjamin Asari na because so better go post him. Only at this Richard Oforimo. There's one guy or Dutch league JD no. Omon show no so.
I'm sure your team in your day. So check Ghanaian players abroad. Now how many some more?
Come from Frobia. Jesus said you can more attention should and almost never be on be bona.
And that's why you get on for be a more African continent to say so. Yeah, you know what to say than lad mo. To say K man or K mo. Sanko for nothing in a gnome. Me one or more year near the new Tom so on you established though. Weekend ready, I was so sad. So offer me. And I'm casting my midfield and I'm fair back. Any into Mancasa beam. Midfield got a machine anymore. And I'm starting to me loading Ghanaian players. Ubia, all loading my software energy, Ubia minutes at the mount. Ocean minutes now, a red. A yako, I say yellow green, on Sakalano. Not just any panel or you do 50%, I don't know. The lady are so green, who say, why active or all bopa, not just all down, or something. At least how could you somebody near? Oh, can you a paltry? It's be shot and I'm saying, oh, this coach, you can't be lazy. Upo, you can't be lazy.
You see, most local blasters also less in the Swaba. I think they are trying to prepare. No, they are preparing the team for once a May friendly game against Mexico. The regular players wouldn't be available as at that time. May 22nd. Now season in we. So getting the regular players will be chosen. You few ones no more be now.
So let's say the new players are from Udomako campaign. At least they don't select the from.
Yes,
and look at no be and this.
No, that is what they want to do.
I'm only asking.
That's what they want to do. And I think for positions like left back, right back, certain
midfield no crowd
so they are looking
first about walk so
I think they want them to play for quite some time. I'm sure say Carlos Queiroz will be around to
game.
And your man Kaka money Mexico Ghana and all of this is just to fully assess.
We haven't done enough technically. We haven't done enough because Razak Simpson should progress not in your national team 2 friendly games boy.
I think it's new. Sometimes in as much as pray for local boys need to go into their Black Stars, but I ask myself, did they do enough to merit a stay within the Black Stars? The Benjamin Asari be the perfect example. Benjamin Kodemu, we've seen consistently how Benjamin actually the entire I was a good pussy move from an on the Bassett and Crana Wontumi between him and free our position. Michelle beat Sarah Simpson. He did enough to merit a position to a certain point, especially about the Unity couple London.
Based on the question, no say, yeah, no more a lot Meza for you. A deserves on become. Wouldn't person Busa send me some
minutes now.
Yeah, me person Busa Meza.
And I guess,
yeah, one. We should be Sarah Rasford Conizofa. Why be extra said as I say, your cause of friend one.
Almost no look on here.
Kamal Din Suleimana. On also so I be as I say, yeah, that's a man of minutes now. What when you're a boy? Who deserve a minute to do when you're blast time? We
need to legitimate questions now, will be sir, because there are certain positions, but I want us to pick it from this angle. Now, the Black Stars, any roles and positions of individual players. Ofo bit is a Kamal Din Suleimana. One, he is not consistent part of the Black Star setup now in terms of starting 11. It's on a position, a crown on you be now a pre-season. So now, no, maybe so. But now, over funny panel on no bench in Kamadin Suleimana, then you ask another question. Say, you look at today, I have say, new Minoa league. Winga be pana bit him to Kamadin Suleimana level no crazy so about from CC.
Or effective.
Mr. Winga Bay. Or effective. League, it's so mommy.
No question, what do you mean? We not tell. Maybe problem with my computer. Me say Kamal, why you Bibia or deserve set as I say many minutes in the man on. And then me question.
Yes, he doesn't even have so much minutes within the Blasters. Kamal Dean
Suleimana.
When was the last time I was so above a grab?
Look at the chance at the man and just suppose that against how you look at
it. We're proving itself so at a point in time when we were playing the African Cup of qualifiers when a ball Krumasi or Bar Krumasi and Obo be my even including when we're going to the World Cup or Qatar. Obobo kakra bi kra my son. May there are certain players I may catch us or improve your more to for example, my bet now have Boinaki Williams call up Nechi.
Even yet and yet to say names in the crowd more kind of crowd. More Kayama. I'm saying we can I'm saying who so be posty. Echi Dogley now more kind of seminar. Echi Dogley of Lions.
Heart of Lions.
Omun to me more biana. Because the Momo Canada, Momo can because Momo can you. Mokame Koko say, and you say be a league in the Mon Kwakeo. A opportunity may be a bimunsuena. To see a Jumay, a woman on the opportunity to one more was so Johnny Fretchley bow. And then Busa Meza say, that said the opportunity now some I can about a minute play. And I say be I want to the minute at the amount of the Baby program near day.
Yeah, the economy to us.
What am I saying? Say Yama woman.
The issue is one man of the competition and I say the position there was honor. And one more, you see, first of all, when you are picking players, no. I can vividly tell you, say, when you are building a national team, there are certain positions I want to mean Sano, Bahat, as a way they may and Makutu, yes, I'm go for Debbie. There are certain key, if you be the spine of a team. So looking at the current Black Stars team there, that one, the goalkeeping role, and never be also touching the baby. The centre back role, never be also touching the baby. The midfield role, no. Oh, me ba. Asama me kind Newton want it. Me say, Newton me ba.
Also position.
The Black Stars ne ya boss see ya, and ne ya boss see na say fa players ready o maba. Ya would you tell me say you choose a local player over Salisu? Any Jiku na omo na starting lineup. Yakasi Phobia, Benjamin Asari as a local player has proven himself in the Black Stars consistently. Position here and the annual Atizigi Nebre.
Benjamin,
then you're about Fifi.
Ben didn't say me bow, and until I was a ball or two adons or Abasono. Made any party, baby, Wontumi, baby, neck, can connect it. Yeah, but see, now Ryan Giggs, a bought Rubin and Marima Basso say, and the players now carry the edge, man. Hey, Memphana say, under the recommendation of Momo former coach no Queen Amorim. So Otto so the way by one young man from 2 posts no more. Kaben so the number kwakwa wako. Wasamba.
Yeah. Jiku Salisu Epra. Almost say anya so comforting Emma Obia so be ball one centre back din say we need Jiku.
No the Messiah can hear the base no the memeti ase. Oh, so be say we ntimi ka say bia o party mu nya intu fa party.
And so tell me busa say base no ye team base no. The keka spine ko see attack me be tie we.
So bo
spine there. Yeah keka country bia spine. Yeah country bia spine. Now ka Ghana spine. So we don't have the spine. Talking about Ghana, nobody's comparing. We always do the spine breaks down. Spine, babe. What is your spine?
The discussion we are having now.
What do you talk about spine? Spine, babe.
You pick up Black Star fan to a different nationality.
Yes,
we are discussing the Black Stars and our players.
Spine already the UCBS new. And the UCBS
we are not comparing the Black Stars team to a different national team.
Spine by no Black Stars team.
We are making now on the Black Stars team. Nobody is comparing Black Stars to a different national team.
Just spine in the
news. Carlos Quiros. Carlos Quiros and for new. Mami 10 players. Na me am Fabia be 16 and can also new man 10 players. Obebo ho no.
Na some Ghana Premier League players come about 10 man. Oga say everybody ada for be. So Oga say everybody ada for be. Oga say everybody ada for be. Who this pan over here? Who this power team and come on into the there are certain times the spine breaks down.
Okay.
What do you say about one?
I mean, Tiedi ni bi kura. Na the time na be build this spine with your work up.
Oh, unto me say keka spine. But some spine am work and person keka spine easy.
O say na no na na ebo be.
Bo bra, bubosi. My edi bubosi.
Oh, say obojiku a. Now the Salisu account. Benjamin Asari.
Salisu Epra uniform.
I'm over in count. Satizigin so beba.
Keepers two never done.
Oh, no, say in the head out. So spiny be no. There's a sorry no Satizigin no because Atizig there was no omega so.
It's Atizini Asari one era spine.
Oh, say in the Asari.
Into Kakako.
me fa ho akwa ne so patemo what the Jordan beba
Jordan as your spine
no na nyom na wo se o ko ya
inaki das
kick no omo no ba sa ha ono na me bo free
inaki das your spine
ono na me pega o corner kick
spine much you spine ko na ya kan me
say one and camera
you can spine
enti wan mo a
you spine o
ti yeni bi kura
you spine o
easy na boko de easy yeni spine
you spine but emu anu